AJ Hawk, $5,000. USA! USA!
How are you, Pat? I heard you got a keg of Guinness in for the day. Help out the lads get through the best day of the year, St. Patrick's Day. Now, one thing about Guinness, you have to pour correctly. So I'm going to show you how to pour. All right, tilt the glass. Once it's pretty much settled, we top it off. Now it's time to split the G. That's not bad. Happy St. Patrick's Day, guys.
Hey,
Why?
let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig!
Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this St. Paddy's Day World Championship, March 17th. This sports program begins now. Sports! Are the greatest. Tonight there's a world championship on the line as USA is the home team taking on Venezuela in the World Baseball Classic Championship in Miami. Obviously, Team USA looking to get back America's pastime as officially ours. Last time World Baseball Classic happened, lost to Japan. Shohei Ohtani in the ninth inning struck out Mike Trout. It was a dramatic ending to a tournament that captivated a country and countries from around the globe. This year, numbers and ratings are through the roof. The most watched thing that FS1 has had in maybe forever. Team USA is bringing the juice, and World Baseball Classic is putting baseball on the map in a big way. So much so that online, there's even conversations about, hey, after NFL and college football, is baseball have a chance to really make a run at this entire thing? Obviously, fresh off the Olympics, hockey is having a nice run. The NBA, whenever their playoffs get going, I assume everybody's going to get excited about. March Madness, obviously college basketball has an opportunity, but what baseball has been doing over the last couple weeks as these countries have showcased so much pride in who they are representing while hitting the hell out of baseballs and making massively incredible plays all across the world. So I think you could say that baseball is maybe bigger than it's ever been right now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, back in the day, there was certainly a limited amount of things you could watch. So baseball being on TV, I assume people would watch. But right now, it feels like all I want to do is watch Team USA play baseball. All I wanted to do the last couple of weeks was watch the Dominican Republic take the diamond and do whatever they did to baseball that I didn't even know baseball could be. Tonight is a celebration, not only of Team USA potentially regaining the title of the world's greatest baseball players, but also baseball celebrating baseball being awesome. And we're very grateful for it. We cannot wait to talk to Jet Passan here in about 15 minutes or so. He's been covering this through and through. We'll see if he's over the hate that sent America to the finals. We'll see how he feels about that, but also how he feels about just the state of ball at this point. It feels like baseball is going to provide for us. And then the NFL just had huge news because the NFL never, ever sleeps. The Talks the Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the hammer, Dahn. Cowboys, AP Tony's here. 9-year NFL vet. Happy St. Patty's, D-Buck.
Oh, yeah.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patty's to you.
Have you done a 23andMe just to see if you have any Irish?
No, I didn't, but I did. I did buy into the gimmick.
Wow.
So I'm in.
Green socks.
I'm in.
like
Some light green socks. So, June 19th, you boys better be in too. So we're all
I'm wearing black.
team players. Black,
Wait, is that what you...
green, red, Juneteenth. You guys boys better be dialed in. But 23andMe, I haven't done it, but I look in the mirror every morning, every night.
What?
I think this bloodline's pretty pure.
You got some Irish in you.
I think it's pretty
I
pure.
can tell.
There's a little Irish in there. Darius O. Butler joining us here today, but also joining us live, quickly, right off the jump, in the middle of about 15 other things. Senior NFL insider for ESPN, Adam Schefter. Okay, Schefter, hey, I know we're working. Waddle just got traded to the Broncos. A first-round pick is also being moved. Feels like a massive morning for the NFL. Did we see this coming? Did we know this was going to happen? And how'd we get here?
Well, I think that there have been soft talks here for a while going on between the two teams. And over the course of the last 10 days, the talks ramped up some to the point where, obviously, this morning, both teams feel comfortable enough to move ahead where Denver makes its first move of free agency. The Broncos had been the only team out there not to sign a single free agent. And today, they pull off a trade for Jalen Waddle, a wide receiver. Essentially, when you boil it down with all the picks involved, it's Waddle for a 1 and a 3. That's the trade where he goes to Denver. Waddle now teams up with Cortland Sutton to give the Broncos a pair of big-time playmakers along with Pat Bryant and Marvin Mims and little Jordan Humphrey and some other wide receivers that they have out there. The Miami Dolphins, their wide receiver room essentially is stripped down. They went out and they signed Tutu Atwell from the Rams. They signed Jalen Tolbert from the Cowboys. But they are loaded with picks here in the upcoming draft. They are really starting to add a lot of ammunition. They have 4 third-round picks, 2 first-round picks, and then obviously they have more players that they could potentially wind up dealing. I think a lot of people will wonder, could Devon Achane here be had for a certain amount of compensation? I'm sure the Dolphins would listen on anybody right now. Why wouldn't they in the mode that they're in? If they're willing to deal Waddle, clearly they have to be at least open-minded about virtually any other player on their roster. It's a new head coach in Jeff Hafley, a new general manager in John Eric Sullivan, and clearly they're going to do things their way. They're going to start to rebuild. They're going to do things over. They're going to make their mark their way, and there you have it. They, being the Dolphins, as one of 5 teams that now have double ones next month, so they're in a great position.
Okay, we'll just assume they'll make the right decision with the double ones. Everybody that has 2 ones has made such great moves. We assume that they'll make the right decisions whenever it comes time to do that. Like the Jets have 2 and 16, a bunch of picks. Yeah, they'll make the right one, right? New guy's in charge over there, I heard. Everybody, a new guy's in charge, got all the say, doing whatever he wants to do. Browns, they'll make the right one, right? Yeah.
On the up and up.
Yes, they will. Chiefs, we assume, right? Yeah, they will. Yeah. Cowboys, Jerry, he'll be in his bag.
For sure.
And now the Dolphins, we don't know much about the new crew. We know they come from the Packers. We know they're looking to build this in their own way. It was a mass exodus here now from the Miami Dolphins we had just known of. Obviously, McDaniel, head coach, he's gone. He's with the Chargers. Tua, he's gone. He's not the only one, though. I mean, you got Jason Sanders, Alec Ingold, Larry Bohr, Cole Strange, and then let alone Minka Fitzpatrick was traded away. I mean, there is clean, full clean out. You go back a couple years, Jonnu Smith. Jalen was down there.
Yeah.
It's been a full on. So there's a lot of trust. Like, hey, you can rebuild this however the hell you want. Basically happening in Miami. Is that how this feels?
Oh, absolutely. And by the way, like, you're in a division with Josh Allen and Drake May and another team in the New York Jets that has half the first-round picks over the next 2 years. So if you're the Miami Dolphins, you might as well stick to a plan and apply that thinking and follow through on it. And really, they're not going to win the division this year. Breaking news, right? So you might as well start gearing up for 2027 and beyond. And that's what they're doing by moving off a player like Jalen Waddle, who obviously had suitors all during the season last year at the trade deadline. The Broncos tried to get him. The Bills made calls on him. The Dolphins got offers then. Previous regime, new regime comes in. And now Jalen Waddle, obviously, you're listening again. And the trade gets done this morning. The agreement gets made. Waddle's on his way to Denver. And all I can think of is, Sean Payton's been looking for more playmakers on offense this entire time. Jokers, as he likes to call them. And Jalen Waddle is certainly capable of making the kinds of plays that Denver's been looking for. It's a big time trade that the Broncos have made here to add a big-time playmaker. And like I said, they finally get on the free agent board.
We were scrolling the internet, and I believe Bruce saw as he was scrolling through, Jalen Waddle, phenomenal against zone. I guess he does most yards target versus zone coverage in 2025. Devontae Smith, he's pretty good. JSN, Puka, Jalen Waddle, and George Pickens. All those guys had years. Now, Devontae Smith being up there, fascinated, because I thought Jalen Hurts could throw. That's what everybody says. So him at the top of that is pretty crazy. Him understanding the zone coverage and who to get to. But having a zone beater in your arsenal is certainly a good thing. Now, Schefter, we know you're probably in the middle of about 1,000 different things. If new news breaks, you can certainly jump off and do whatever you have to do. Final question on this particular situation, though, would then be the other wide receivers that are maybe on the move. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, Schefter, it was reported that the Broncos were in on A.J. Brown with the Eagles trade. Was that true? Obviously, now that's off the table. And then are all the reports also a fact that it's going to be a post-June 1, or could you see it getting done during the draft?
Denver, I never heard, was involved in any talks with A.J. Brown at all. I think they've been talking to the Dolphins here, like I said, for a while, but over the last 10 days, it's amped up. And then A.J. Brown is in a situation where the money is such that if the Eagles are going to trade him, it makes sense to do it post-June 1. And that doesn't mean they couldn't make a trade before then. They certainly could. But it would be more likely to happen then. The problem then is that there are going to be teams that use up their cap space. There are going to be teams that draft wide receivers in the first round. There are going to be teams that fill that need. And all of a sudden, those teams that have a need at that time might not have as great a need. Now, somebody could get hurt during training camp. Somebody could decide their wide receiver room is not as deep as they thought. This league is always changing. We know that. But I think the idea of an A.J. Brown trade from now till the draft, even right after the draft, probably less likely than more likely, but always possible.
Yeah, one team might miss out on a guy they thought they're going to be able to draft to, so they have to go to A.J. Brown. A lot of wide receivers over there in Denver for Sean Payton. We know he likes offense. We know he likes scheming things up. He certainly would like to make Bo Nix's life a lot easier coming off of that horrendous ending to a season.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Let's take a moment about how heartbreaking that was. Remember the win. Remember the win.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Over the Bills.
We are,
Yeah.
what a win.
In OT.
And then Sean's got to come back out with that Montana.
Yep.
Just got off Kevin Costner's ranch. Walks out there. Guy broke his leg.
It's always going to happen.
There aren't many stories where you go, wait, is this real? Like Max Crosby, the trade reverting, that was the first time since Bo Nix breaking his ankle. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
He did what? Is this real? Like, is this really? This happened? And
I just watched him give an interview. He was miserable.
Yeah.
Well, I thought he should have been a little happier. Okay, turns out he had a broken fucking leg in that entire thing, which is crazy to even think about. But yeah, you're right. And what a good call with the Max Crosby thing. There was a lot of that. You're in the middle of it all too. So he's like, these are real. Yeah, it's crazy. Last question, because the Denver Broncos have so many wide receivers. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Schefter, we just talked about how all the wide receivers that they have now. They go in 6 deep, at least, of guys that you know. Is there any chance Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims could be traded now with the addition of Waddle?
Yeah, I see that. Like, when you look at that list, you know, they could carry 6, 7 wide receivers on their roster. And the way the practice squads are built these days, you know, there are always guys, little Jordan Humphrey's been productive, but he's floated around. Michael Bandy's been productive. He's floated around. Teams use practice squads now almost as like a place to stash a player and then bring him up if there's an injury. And there are always injuries in the league. And so I look at that as being a strong, deep roster. I don't look at that as them saying, okay, now let's go trade Troy Franklin or Marvin. I don't see that way. Marvin Mims has value in the return game. Troy Franklin played with Bo Nix in college. Pat Bryant's emerging. Cortland Sutton's a team leader and as popular a guy as there is out there. Jalen Waddle's the new guy on the block. I don't see them shopping one of these guys, but who knows?
Anything else going to happen today or tomorrow or anything like that? You watching World Baseball Classic tonight?
I haven't watched it. I got to be honest with you.
Louise.
I apologize. Not to be anti-American. I just been busy.
He's been busy.
Yeah. Okay. You can't put the phones down for maybe 9 innings, 3 innings. Watch the boys do their thing.
You can, but usually not for baseball. With all due respect.
Agree. Hey, completely agree. Actually,
It's different now.
This shit's different. Wait, you should watch tonight. I'm assuming that tonight's going to be bananas. I wish you would have watched though against the Dominican Republic. It was a home run derby lineup for Dominican Republic. We had defense playing. Aaron Judge is diving over the place, gunning people down. We had home runs being robbed by people. Skeens was on the mound at one. I mean, it was. Look at this throw. Schefter, that's Aaron Judge. He's the one.
Yep.
That's Fernando Tatis Jr.
Yeah, that is the throw. That's a big time.
Yeah, Schefter, that's good play-by-play by you. Maybe you should check that out tonight. Maybe you should check
Watch out, Joe Buck. Watch out, Joe Buck.
Adam Amin, I think, was on the call for this game.
Last was it?
It was Joe.
I know he
Joe
did
Davis?
Joe Davis.
Yeah, it was Joe Davis and John Smoltz. But Amin was on the call a couple games ago when Venezuela hit the late home run. He was the one who called it.
Yeah. Did you see? You should see Tugboat too. I think you'd fall in love with the game if you saw Tugboat. Last question.
Ty looks like he's ready for tonight.
Goddamn right,
Yep.
Shefty.
He's already how many Guinnesses, Ty? How many?
This is still just one. You know, it kind of tastes like coffee right now. So I'm kind of once I get past that and it starts actually tasting like a beer, then that's when you kind of.
Connor's got batting gloves on.
Yeah, happy St. Patty's. Yeah, he's ready to take a hack if he need to be.
Just in case.
Happy St. Patty's, Schefter. We got a keg here of Guinness right in the middle just to showcase like we get the spirit of what's happening. Ty is enjoying. Foxy cracked one open because he's a bit of a booze bag himself there early. And now we're just kind of celebrating the happiness. And anytime, the Irish people can say, hey, have a good time on us, we're certainly going to promote it. Let's talk about another quick little story before you have to get out of here. Are the Rams trading Devontae?
No, they just paid him a $6 million roster bonus on Sunday. The $6 million roster bonus was paid to him on Sunday. So, I mean, you're not paying a $6 million bonus and then moving the guy the next day. So that's not happening anytime soon. No.
You're the best. Thank you for just kind of sorting out all the stuff we see on the internet.
Because there's a lot.
So much. And with how good AI's getting. Jeez, Louise, you don't know what's real. What is that Schefter or Schefner?
That's right.
Yeah.
You never know.
Schefter 2
There's only one of you, bud. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, bud.
Yeah, Shefty.
I'm not putting the phone down for fucking baseball.
Excuse me.
Shefty.
Imagine me trying to talk to my wife, who, by the way, don't put my phone down for.
Yeah.
That I'm putting my phone down. Baseball? What Schefty doesn't understand is that this baseball feels different.
Yeah.
This has been a very different baseball experience for me, and I think for everybody, which is why after watching the last WBC, where we weren't on ESPN, I don't think our show was being licensed on ESPN, we were just on the internet at the time, we are still same doofuses, I would like to say. We have evolved. We got kids and shit. We get older, so maybe we do change a little bit, but still the same taste buds basically for most things in life. I watched WBC 3 years. I fell in love. I'm like, holy shit, this is awesome. Maybe it was because Shohei was my favorite player on earth because this guy was pitching better than everybody and hitting better than everybody. I don't know, is this the greatest? This is the greatest of all time. So he was representing Japan. And then automatically for me, if it's an athletic competition in the United States of America, I would like our athletes to be beating the asses of the rest of the world's athletes. That's how you kind of grow up in it. So the World Baseball Classic, when Japan won 3 years ago, I fell in love with this thing. I was forcing myself to stay up to watch these things. I was finding myself tuning in, and I'm not a baseball guy, just strictly for America. And then the other countries, how proud they were. It was like, wow, this feels like something here. You can get lost in this thing. Much like we're going to get lost in March Madness. You get lost kind of in the World Cup. You get lost kind of in the Olympics. WBC, you get lost in like a 2-week period where it's bang, boom, 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 boom. It was fantastic. So whenever this one was coming up, we knew that people were going to be interested. The ratings through the roof. 3.11 million rating average across all America's pool play games. The Mexico one's up over 5 point something million or whatever. It's biggest WBC. It's plus 183% versus last WBC. The Dominican Republic team, I don't know what their number is for all their other games. Should be gigantic against America. Gonna be monstrous. It's just like baseball's in the middle of one right now, and it might continue.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it really has a chance here to be
right in opening day.
Yeah, it feels like this really can kind of continue. Join us now, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I don't want to see snow, though. It's snowing outside.
Yeah, that stinks.
Anytime I watch those beginning baseball games and there's like
bad.
snow, I'm like, I feel so bad for the boys. They're fresh out of that thing. It has to hurt so bad. So it's kind of optically not great for baseball. Football, we need the snow. Okay, baseball, I don't love it.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us is a guy who loves baseball all the time. That's why he is so damn stern with the strike zone.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of baseball for an entire generation, from ESPN's baseball coverage, Jet Passan.
Yeah.
Strike!
Yeah, it wasn't a strike.
Shut up.
Get off it.
You guys told me, Jet.
No. Hold on.
You guys told me.
May I have the floor for 1 second here to?
As the person who has brought me into baseball, okay, you kind of birthed me into baseball. I think you should certainly have the floor. Now, I will say we're anti-robots. We don't want just the electronic strike zone. We want the umpire to designate what the strike zone is, and he has final say. But go ahead. That's what baseball people told me. You most specifically.
I look at the semifinal game as a celebration of what baseball can be.
Yes!
You have the United States, which is an incredible array of talent. You have the Dominican Republic, which back in their home country, I'm talking 95% of people, doesn't matter if you're a baseball fan or not, everybody was watching that game, and it was such a well-played game. Everything from the plays, you saw Bobby Witt going into the hole and throwing that seed across the diamond. You see Aaron Judge throwing out Fernando Tatis at third base. You see incredible bullpen work. You see all of this. Multiple Team USA members said to me yesterday, it's a shame that the game had to end that way. And this was not about the United States. This was not about the Dominican Republic. The DR blew a number of opportunities to win the game. The game didn't come down to that final pitch. It just sucks.
Stinks for the game. I get what you're saying.
It is brilliant and beautiful and wonderful, and it ends in a way that just doesn't feel right. That's all I was saying. That game deserved to have the kind of ending, frankly, that the Dodgers in Toronto had in Game 7 of the World Series, where it was dramatic, but it was on the up and up.
Yeah,
that's it.
I respect
it was great
that.
for the U.S., and I'm glad Team USA is in this game tonight, because let me tell you, boys, this atmosphere in Miami is going to be unlike anything you have ever seen before at a baseball game. The Venezuelan fans are going to be loud. There are going to be drums. There are going to be chants. It's going to feel like it's not going to feel like baseball. I mean, if you are lucky enough to go to that game, you are going to experience something unlike you've ever seen before.
Are you going to be at that game tonight? Obviously, you're in the building. Do you get a chance to feel it, get a chance to experience it? Because these guys are talking like this has felt bigger than the World Series. I mean, this has felt, everybody has kind of talked about that in baseball. And then you're seeing all these players who are getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars for other places being forced to answer these questions that are kind of fucked up questions to be asking in the middle of a team's run for a thing like, hey, would you rather win this with the guys that are standing around you right now and your entire family watching, or would you rather win for the team that's paying you $600 million? We'll take your answer right. Please give the right answer. And they all kind of have to be like, certainly want to win for the business that has invested me and changed my entire family's life. But see, also, every human I know in my family is going to celebrate, because it has taken on the importance of like an Olympics, of like a World Cup. It feels like for baseball, people are very pumped up about it. Now, baseball getting into the Olympics, back into the Olympics, I think is going to happen. So maybe we'll get a chance to experience this. But I'm very appreciative of the World Baseball Classic that was created in 2006, right? Is that accurate? 2006 has become this for all of us to watch. And I think it's been good for baseball. Jet, you talk about what it's going to feel like tonight is not a baseball game. It's like, how do we get baseball to be more like what this is right now? Because I am loving this. And I think I'm not the only one, obviously.
No, and you know what it is, Pat? It's the fact that in baseball, you have different cultures and different styles of play across the globe. And this is them finally all coming together in just this beautiful collision of those different styles and of those different cultures. And if American baseball fans can pick something up from Dominican fans and from Venezuelan fans and make these feel more like events, yeah, it would be great. And I think there's been an open-mindedness to this, certainly among the players. Like, 20 years ago, you didn't see guys bat flipping during games. Now, if an American hits a big home run tonight, that sucker's going to fly in the air. And they know how big of a deal this is because you're right. Their families are into it. Their friends are into it. But beyond that, their country's into it. And anytime you can wear that across your chest and it can say USA, how do you not feel pride? How do you not feel love? And how do you not feel just the privilege of getting to spread this game to fans who might not otherwise have been interested in it? That's what I love about the WBC, that it has hit on that perfect spot where even casual fans have reason to be interested.
Yeah.
And baseball lacked that for a long time. And they made a bet. They made a bet that we are an international game. We may not seem like an international game, but we have pockets in the Caribbean and in Latin America and in South America and in Asia, and to a lesser extent in Europe and Africa. But still, there are baseball players coming from both at this point. And why are we not celebrating this international aspect of our game when it makes up the rich tapestry of what baseball really is?
Oh, the rich tapestry of what baseball is was a beautiful way to kind of describe the multiple different cultures that have contributed seemingly to a sport that is on the rise, maybe to be bigger than it's ever been before. How come we're not? So obviously I've learned more now after watching these teams electrify a baseball diamond against the United States of America or in their own ways. Does, NFL takes games to these London, we take games to Germany, Spain. Do we take games down into those stadiums that I'm seeing from these the pre-WBC games?
Yeah, qualifiers.
Do we take any games down there? And should we do that more? And streamers, I assume platforms would love to get all of those, because I assume Soto going back to play down there after this World Baseball Classic run with his team against anybody, right? I think against anybody would probably bode pretty well. I assume Venezuela, same way. Are we at that stage of maybe baseball where it's headed? Because I think if it's a big event feel, people will want to tune in more. This World Baseball Classic feels like a big event as opposed to just a game we're trying to get through to get to 162. So it's like, will we have more of those types of events? Because obviously the NFL international game trying to do it as well. Feels like this is already built in for baseball. I know we went to Japan, right? Can we go down to Latin America and get these environments of like what baseball could be? It feels like it's a special thing down there.
There have been games at Hiram Bithorn Stadium in Puerto Rico. There have been games at Quisqueya, which is like the main stadium in the Dominican Republic. They've had the games in London. They have the Fields of Dreams game. I'll tell you, Pat, when MLB's national television contract expires after the 2028 season, that's going to be the thing I think that ultimately helps level the field in terms of finances, because I think with the WBC, with the World Series, with all of these events, like you said, that they can plan, the one-off events are a big deal to streaming companies, and Major League Baseball needs to lean into that.
Yeah, we did it in a cornfield, right? I watched that.
That's
we
right.
did it in a cornfield. I watched the cornfield. It's like these are things that like it feels like a big deal. It's why the NBA did the Super Duper Duper Cup, and college basketball has added the Super Duper Triple Cup that West Virginia is going to win.
College ball crown.
What?
I still don't. What is it called?
The college basketball crown, bitch.
Super Duper.
Wear the crown.
Okay.
Winner gets $100K.
West Virginia's, I think.
Winner gets gift cards.
College basketball crown presented by Ghosty. So you don't even know.
Ghost Energy, wow.
Yeah, it got good juice, dude. They got good juice.
In Vegas.
And it's in Las Vegas. West Virginia's going to win. We got Stanford first. Yeah, right, nerds, dude. We're playing hoops here.
Oh, tough draw with Rutgers and potentially Creighton.
Oh, that's great. I thought that was the Blue Jays. I thought the Blue Jays were playing in this thing. I thought because Canada got eliminated, we had to potentially play the Toronto Blue Jays down there in the second round.
Good ball club.
Yeah, they're not bad. Minnesota and PJ Flex got the boys rally. We know that. Baylor, they're a problem down there. Sco Bears. And then Boomer in Colorado, that's a tale as old as time.
Yeah.
Right.
This is
Stanford might be a tough out.
Yeah, right.
Got good point guard.
Yeah, that point guard is nasty.
Uh-oh.
They play basketball. They actually.
Nasty.
I thought they just threw a team together for this.
Yeah, I would assume all those guys just threw a team
Oklahoma's
together.
one.
No, West Virginia has been recruited. They've been paid for. They've been preparing for this moment to win the Super Duper Cup. Let's get back to baseball. But on that note, trying to make something feel big is smart. I hope baseball does that, especially with what's looming, right? What's looming over all of this is a work stoppage, which we cannot have in 2026. We have too much information on how detrimental that is for sports and leagues in future generations from a work stoppage. So we need adults to go in there and figure things out. And I'll tell you, usually it's the billionaires that know that they can outlast the players and kind of ice them out. Normally, that is kind of how this whole thing goes. I've been a part of a work stoppage. I've been a part of multiple CBA negotiations, not a part of it like at the desk, but listening to what's going on as a person who's interested in business, obviously with my livelihood depending upon it at the bottom half of it, especially as a punter's salary. So we can't have it. It's not good for any sport, especially not for baseball, especially after what's about to happen tonight. Now, what's tonight's lineup going to look like? Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Jet, numbers are coming out on how the U.S. players have gone against Erod, the pitcher for Venezuela, in their MLB careers. I believe Bregman has the best numbers. He did not play last game. Gunnar Henderson played third instead of him. Do you have any ideas if there's going to be lineup changes tonight? Could Bregman be back in? Could Cal Raleigh be back in, or anything else along those lines?
Yeah, I think the strength that the U.S. team has right now is its depth. And you look at the fact that you can go with a guy like Alex Bregman, who's been pretty good in his career against Eduardo Rodriguez. But if Venezuela brings in a right-handed reliever later on, then Mark DeRosa has the ability to pinch hit Gunnar Henderson. And when you have a roster that goes 14 deep and you can sort of run the platoon game there as your DeRosa, and when you have a bullpen that goes as deep as it does, I don't think David Bednar is going to be available tonight, but I do believe Mason Miller, the U.S. closer, will be available in a safe situation. Bednar's thrown a lot. And these have, I was walking down the tunnel with Vinny Pasquantino yesterday after Italy lost to Venezuela. And, he was saying, I was like, you're going to be going back to Phoenix where the Royals train? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to take a day just to reacclimate, and then I'm going to take a few days off. And I was like, why? He's like, because these games wear you out. They are like playoff atmosphere, and just the physical and mental ability to grind through these games. I understand, guys, it's not football, it's not hockey, but baseball, it's a long game, and you sit there and the mental engagement that you have to have.
I'm watching these dudes. I'm watching. So I was a punter, so I'm standing on the sideline a lot, and then I got to go in and, hey, don't shank it. I've been on the sideline for an hour and a half. I have not done a single thing for an hour and a half, and then I have to go out there, and if I'm terrible, there might be another 40 minutes before I can make up for the terrible shit that I just did. So it is like a, hey, trying to stay positive thing. Watching them all before every pitch, like literally every single pitch could be, just doing that for 3 hours, nobody's signing up for really. But that's like what you have to do. It's just like, I guess that's what probably separates the great from the good and like all that. But every single play seemingly having to be ready because you never know, and then it never actually happening or very rarely actually happening. It's like, all right, you got to do the little shit literally every single time. And if you don't, one squeaks by.
Yeah.
And it's like,
the ball always finds you, Pat. Ball finds you every single time. And if you're not ready, if you're not prepared, if you're not doing what you need to do, then you're right. It's going to go right past you, and you're going to look like a moron. And nobody wants that in this situation. I mean, going into this game tonight, Venezuela has not committed a fielding error all tournament long. So they play clean baseball. Wow. The U.S.'s defense, guys, in this tournament, frankly, I think has been its strength. Seeing Bobby Witt at shortstop, seeing Judge gunning guys out at third base. Like, they have just been so sound defensively. And that's, one of the things about the WBC that I love. When you get the best players in the world together, it's some damn good baseball. Just their ability to execute on everything. And I mean, this play by Bobby Witt there, it's perfect every time. It really is. The guy is a marvel at shortstop. And seeing Ronald Acuna Jr. tonight, seeing Jackson Churio in the same outfield as him, and seeing this Venezuela lineup, like, just as somebody who's a baseball nerd, I'm so excited for all of this, because this is going to cap what's been a tremendous tournament. And the fact that, boys, the fact that you are as engaged as you are, it tickles me. It warms my heart because I've been for years.
Hey, baby Jet.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Yeah.
For years though, I've been trying to explain why I love baseball, and you guys have been like, yeah, it's a boring sport. Yeah, baseball, yeah, kind of sucks. It
Whoa,
doesn't. It's
playoff.
Gotta throw me under the bus now with baseball people that are just learning about me, maybe, But I did certainly say, this is tough to follow. This sucks. Yeah, I mean, I maybe did say that at one point because I grew up.
100%.
Yeah. And I was just going back through it all. Yeah, how I actually felt. It's been quite a turn of a relationship with a sport, especially because I think ignorance probably was a big hindrance on me starting to really enjoy the entire thing. The tapestry of
rich tapestry
Pittsburgh baseball is probably a part of the problem. They literally turned off my entire family, so it's like I'm not doing this thing. And then now I'm thinking I missed out on a good one. Bobby Witt, a marvel, you say. He's fun to watch.
Yeah.
He is very fun to watch. He's been a great, I think he's become a superstar in this entire thing, maybe, with how he's performed.
Yeah.
But all you got to do tonight is maybe just fucking crack a bat, go ahead and send one into orbit.
Come
become
on.
an American hero. Right. And down in Miami, all right, who knows what's to follow afterwards. Ty has the most pressing question for you, Jet.
Yeah, Jet, you mentioned Mason Miller will probably be good in a save situation. What is the expectations of the bullpen tonight? I don't know how long Nolan McLean they want him to go. Do you think this is going to be a bullpen game for the U.S.? And how much of a tightrope is D-Row going to have to walk here with limited arms potentially available?
Nolan McLean is going to go 65 to 70 pitches, Ty, just in that vicinity. But I think something interesting to look out for, and we've seen this in elimination games already. If something happens in the first inning and Nolan McLean's given up a couple of hits and maybe a run gets on the board and it doesn't look like he has it, Mark DeRosa should take him out immediately. This is it. You have one game to win a championship. And as clean baseball as Venezuela plays, as powerful as their relief arms are, and listen, their bullpen's going to be their bullpen situation's rough because they played yesterday. Starter Cater Montero lasted only 1 1/3 innings, so they got 7+ innings from their bullpen arms yesterday. So the decided advantage in this game is to the Americans, by talent, by the way everything is set up, by their bullpen.
Yeah.
Team USA should win this game. The Americans should be celebrating tonight, but baseball's baseball, boys, and sometimes a team that has its back against the wall is the most dangerous one.
We're the home team, but it's going to feel like an away game down there is what they're saying, though, right?
It sure is. Oh, yes. No doubt.
I've heard Nolan loves that.
Yeah, he does.
I've heard that's what he's excited about. And you talk about maybe pulling him if he doesn't start great. He's not thinking about anything. He wants to go full game. That's his mindset.
And to be clear, by the way, I think Nolan McLean
Football
is
guy.
a dog.
Football guy.
Yes, that's right. I wrote a story about Nolan before his first start. Talked to Mike Gundy. Mike Gundy said Nolan McLean would have been a 2 or 3 year starter at Oklahoma State as quarterback. That's a guy right there.
We got Oklahoma State's quarterback pitching for us tonight in the World Baseball Classic Championship. Okay, let's celebrate it all as Ty finishes off his first Guinness on this St. Patrick's Day. We appreciate the hell out of you, Jet. USA, USA, USA,
USA. Say it, you fool.
Oh, there he did it.
Okay.
I'm not going to join in the chant because I'm not a follower. I do my own thing, boys.
Oh, the country of Jet? All right.
Yeah. Remind me of a place I don't want to go.
Yeah.
No, you're the best. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll go. I'm not saying it. Ladies and gentlemen, Jet Passan.
Yeah, good.
I'm not going to say that. Let's look at who we're gambling on tonight for the dinger, shall we? We got Kyle Schwarbo plus 235. Aaron Judge plus 250. Cal Raleigh.
Was that plus 3,700?
No, plus 370.
Oh, okay.
We love Cal Raleigh.
Is he playing tonight?
I doubt it.
That's just in case.
I doubt he's playing tonight.
Those have actually moved. Judgy's jumped up to plus 210. He is now your leader in the home run odds. That makes sense.
Hammer it.
Yeah, I think tonight's the night Aaron Judge gets one out, especially after what happened last game where he got robbed of one. Aaron Judge is what we like to say, seeing the ball. Okay?
Yeah.
And not just offensively, but also defensively, we've shown that. And he's not going to want Team USA to lose another World Baseball Classic.
No.
Not after that feeling.
He'll hit one. Who else should we assume is going to hit a dong shot? Roman Anthony, built
Tony's
for
boy, for sure.
Tony's boy, probably plus 400. Look at him moving up to the fourth best odds for home runs, Roman Anthony.
PCA swinging a hot bat.
Yeah.
Roman also plus 600 to win the MVP, right behind Judge. They're kind of the top two, but Schwarber.
Judge is getting that. We know that, right?
Yeah, but should he?
Quarterback. This is kind of like quarterback situation, I think.
Yeah, Roman Anthony would have to go like 3 for 4 tonight with like a homer, a double, like 4 RBIs. Then that He might.
We don't know.
I don't. That's good value. Okay,
Yeah.
Schwarber is the other one. Like it feels like Schwarber steps up in big moments and hits the ball far.
D-Bot's putting bets in literally as we speak. Who's going to hit some dong shots?
Boom.
Let me see. Thanks for punching that in. SeatGeek is letting us know that tonight's game is going to be a good time. $500 average resale price. That's not bad at all.
No.
Remember, anytime you got moving teams, especially who's going to be in, who's not going to be in, it's tough for people to prepare. This is almost like bowl games. Bowl games, you have like 3 weeks, but now it's how many games can we go to? How many games can we go to? $500 to get in there is the average resale price. That means there's tickets for less than that. We can also take $30 off when you use code Pat McAfee. This is also for people that have used before or new purchasers. And SeatGeek is the greatest ticket buying platform on planet Earth and the moon.
That's good, though. Affordable.
Yeah,
it's crazy to think
fans,
that
could be worse.
at
Game like
2026,
this?
$500 is very affordable,
Yeah.
especially with what we've seen tickets before, and especially with what Jed Passan was saying about the atmosphere down there. $500 is very affordable.
Sure, I mean, the players you're getting to watch.
Yeah.
The last time Venezuela and USA played was the semifinals of the last one. U.S. was down, 7-5, bases loaded, I think, in the eighth.
Yep.
And then U.S. hit a home run. It was an awesome
Grand
game.
slam.
Yeah, grand slam. It was awesome. So, should be a good one tonight.
Yeah, and it's not happening for another 3 years. Like this isn't something where hey, we can't go tonight or it's too expensive tonight. We'll go 3 years from now. It's like, no, you need to go now because who knows what's going to happen next time.
Team USA potentially winning back baseball.
DeRosa.
Yeah, Sean Casey, Grandpa Rossi, Andy Pettit,
Dino.
Shout out, Dino.
Yeah, shout out Dino. I missed it because I was in a super important meeting, but apparently he hit the
he
greatest
put on a
round of
show.
infield practice in history.
Incredible.
He's for the Dodgers. Maybe it's not just buying everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe they got some talent over.
Fundamental.
Yeah, maybe they're not paying their coaches so they can afford the team.
Seen their payroll?
For
yeah.
That's crazy.
Dodgers versus Team USA.
Team USA is $339 million, I believe, is the number, and then Dodgers payroll $417 million, something like that. They're putting money in there. I'll tell you what, you hit baseball a long way, you can get paid pretty good.
And live in LA.
Yeah, and certainly have the weather, but the taxes are going to come as well. Let's talk about last NFL item here before we jump into the story that's going to certainly captivate all sports fans right after the World Baseball Classic, which is March Madness. Kevin O'Connell said in his pitch to Kyler Murray to come play quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. Now we know Kyler Murray grew up as a Vikings fan. Massive fan. Cried real tears, he said, whenever Brett Favre threw the interception against the Saints. Brett Favre said we had a lot of good times. That certainly was one of the negative ones. And it was so negative that Kyler cried. He loved the Vikings. They only got to pay him league min at $1.3 million. And now Kevin O'Connell also told Kyler, hey, why not just do this thing for a while? Kyler, who is obviously a phenomenal athlete, only guy ever to be drafted top 10 in MLB and the NFL, obviously won as the number 1 overall pick in the NFL in this entire thing. We assume that his body's going to be able to remain competent for another decade if he wanted it to. If he was to work out in the Kevin O'Connell offense, we might see the Kevin O'Connell offense unlocked to a whole new dimension. Obviously, with Sam Darnold, what he was doing was crazy. With Kirk Cousins, what he was doing was crazy. But even Daniel Jones gave him credit for making him a better player. Daniel Jones led the NFL in offense for the first 10 weeks this past season. Kevin O'Connell is quarterback whisperer and offensive genius. And if Kyler Murray, who can fucking spin it, can find passing lanes and figure out the offense with Happy St. Patty's Day, Justin O. Jefferson outside, and the boys that got across the board, this could really work out for them on a league min deal. We saw this with Russell Wilson. Didn't work out as well with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Obviously got hurt in training camp pushing a sled or something. Then Justin Fields started. He's now Kansas City Chiefs quarterback. Good luck to Justin Fields. He got traded from the Jets just yesterday. But Kyler Murray on a league min deal, a prove-it type deal, seems like he's going to the perfect place literally for him and for the place, Steve.
Definitely. Can be a long-term win-win for both sides, for the Vikings and for Kyler. We talked about it maybe last week, maybe a couple weeks ago, about just the perspective change for Kyler. You know, he's always been that guy from high school to college, winning the Heisman, then being the first overall pick. And I don't know how it works in baseball, but in football, especially at the quarterback position, you're not going first overall with his dims, you know, being 5'10", probably 200-something pounds, unless you can make every throw that you can make on the field. He's been successful, you know, relatively. He's made a couple Pro Bowls. He's won games in this league. So now you're going there with talented players and a talented play caller on both sides of the ball. Obviously on offense, but then with B-Flow and that defense, what he's been able to do, it's been great. So yeah, this could definitely be a win-win, not only for this year, but going forward for Minnesota. They may have their guy.
Crazy narrative shift, I think, from me and from everybody, from what he potentially was going to be called after the Arizona Cardinals situation. Now, full optimism out of me. I mean, this is blinders on. We do daily sports talk, obviously, and we have to watch film and talk about things numerous times. When there's a new wrinkle, it's like, oh, this is a different dynamic. Now, whenever we hear Kevin O'Connell say, hey, why not? Hey, why not with us? You know, we can do it. He's already got a bag. You can already figure it out. Like, we got a good offense. I'm going to take care of you. You're going to love being here. You want to be here. Your childhood memories are here. It's so cool. As a kid, you're a Viking. And then as an adult, you're a Viking. We lead us back to the Super Bowl. I mean, Kevin O'Connell pitching Kyler, and I trust Kevin O'Connell. So if Kevin O'Connell's believing it can be true, why not me thinking it's true? I think it can be, Con Man. And you've been on this from the very beginning.
Well, and he's only in his 20s. Like, what is long term? 3 years, 5 years? Like, if they get 3 good years, 5 good years out of Kyler Murray, like, that is a massive success, especially in the NFL. Look at what Dan Jones did. Dan Jones came to Indy, revitalized the entire football program, basically made the Loud House louder, and now he's going to be the quarterback for, you know, the foreseeable future. So even if it isn't 10 years, like, if you cut that in half and they have a bunch of success, that's one thing. And like you said, less distractions. Hey, this is my childhood team. I have a chance to kind of bring them back to prominence. Like, let's focus in a little, whereas Arizona, maybe you didn't have that exact same thing. We mentioned the, you know, report cards when it came to the building in Arizona. It's much different for Minnesota when he's going up there. So I don't see why you wouldn't believe in the Kyler Murray experience in Minnesota.
Yeah, and if it works out, you know, undersized quarterback with an incredible offensive guru. You've seen Drew Brees with the Saints. They beat the Colts in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
That's right.
And he's celebrated as a hero forever there.
Yeah.
That would happen for Kyler with the Minnesota Vikings for the rest of his life. What a moment that would be for him. He gets up there and does a thing later.
Yep.
And they all say, that man has been a Viking since day one, and he'll be a Viking forever. That could be a good time for Kyler.
Plays banana ball just like Drew Brees, maybe?
Oh, that's actually a good call, because after you have success and bring a Super Bowl to Minnesota, you know, you could potentially join the Savannah Bananas and sell out the whole damn stadium and get a chance to do a full intro again as if you were back under center for the Saints one last time with the same amount of juice. Yeah, the man with the hat obviously is a super genius.
Oh, yeah.
Curious George.
The Savannah Bananas are super geniuses.
Mr. Banana.
That's the only way you were allowed to speak about him. Oh, Drew Brees' experience. Come on. Holy shit, it felt like it was good old days. Is this 2009 again?
Packed house.
Oh,
Sold out.
Dude.
Gimmick baseball. Selling out stadiums.
Crazy.
Yeah, shout out to the Savannah Bananas. And Drew Brees, I'll tell you what, he had to feel good. That's that dragon, you know, they talk about Jason. He actually stepped in there, and he's from Texas, played quarterback. I assume he played baseball as well. Took a pretty good little hack there, and then the guy pimped him.
Whoa.
Yeah, just completely dunked on him. I didn't know you could do that in baseball, but he did the whoop-de-woo, through the legs, twisty-two, and you're fucking out at first. And that's one of those things, Drew Brees, you're just going to have to deal with, because that's Savannah Banana baseball. Who do they play against there? That's not Savannah.
I think that's the party animals, yeah.
There's a couple other teams. Obviously, they have expanded, and what they've done for not only their business, but I think for baseball players that maybe don't make it to the big leagues, I think is fantastic. More sport, better. And I love the Savannah Bananas operation. I also love that the gimmick is selling out stadiums.
Yes.
So,
for a while now.
Congratulations. Yeah, this is sustained power.
Multiple nights.
And they got Drew Brees reliving the glory days.
Yeah.
To switch hitter or?
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
Nah, he's probably a throw right, bat lefty. I appreciate he had the, you know, Roger Clemens circle 1995 one batting glove. You don't see that a whole lot, so he is definitely a veteran. I didn't appreciate the guy for the party animals doing that though, because listen, I've put, you know, the hatchet down with Drew Brees a long time ago. But if we know one thing about Drew Brees, he relishes every opportunity to one last time make it about himself, and that guy kind of one-upped him there. I didn't like it.
Well, that's not the end of this.
Whoa.
There's no way this is the end of this.
What was that?
You don't think so? What?
There's no way Drew Brees is going out like that.
I'd hope not.
Yeah,
I hope he ripped a double into the gap or something.
He's preparing. He's playing. He's probably signing with another team. He's playing against that guy one more time. Here's Tyler Shuck with the Savannah Bananas. He took a snap actually in the outfield, which obviously happens. Throws the deep ball and
got it.
Touchdown, Tyler Shuck.
Beautiful.
And Drew Brees said, man, I remember when he stopped the game here and gave me an entire award ceremony. They gave me a sash. They gave me a crown. They did the whole thing right in the middle of Monday Night Football. Tyler Shuck, that could be you someday. You're starting at a very old age. It's going to be a while. I don't know if you're going to be able to make it. You might have to play till you're 50, but good luck out there. Let's go away from baseball and the NFL. Let's go to college basketball. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who has been a staple of our March Madness coverage for years now. Friend of the program, Coach Seth Greenberg.
Hey, Coach.
What's up, boys? What's up?
Coach, there's so much going on in sports right now. We apologize that we are only catching up with you today as this thing starts tonight. What should we be thinking for these first four that are happening? And is the narrative that none of these teams stand a chance anyway, so who cares? Real. Because it feels like that's a real conversation this year, more so than in years past, Coach.
I think that SMU's got a shot if they beat Miami. SMU can really score. They got B.J. Edwards back. He's kind of their wing defender that they were missing the last 4 or 5 games. They can really score. They get it up and down. It's absolutely ridiculous. Boopy Miller. You can never have enough Boopies. Boopy Miller will control that game. Miami of Ohio is a good team. I mean, and they're not just a good story. They're a good team. They can't defend the way they probably will need to defend to play against SMU. The pace of that game will be great. Here's my long shot. If you want to take a flyer, NC State, Texas winner beats BYU.
Okay.
If you want to take a flyer, look, say it's Texas. Say it's just, let's say you like that, Pat, don't you?
I do, because I know a lot of I think I know the Mormons that have been building the BYU team. So you saying that immediately was like, yes, I immediately thought of them in the background of you saying that. And there's stats, obviously, that go with what you're saying. But go on. Why do you say that about the BYU team?
I mean, let's say it's Texas. They got this big kid, Vocatitis. Don't spell his name, but that's how you pronounce it, all right? He absolutely gets to the line a zillion times a game. Dylan Swain's a 6'8" wing guy that kind of matches up a little bit with DeBonsa. And then they got guys on the perimeter. This is an older team. They got guys on the perimeter like Pope was a big-time shooter. Say he gets it going. Mac gets it going. They've got a chance. And on the other side, NC State, I mean, they spend a lot of money on that roster. I mean, they eventually got to get a return on the investment. I mean, they got the kid Darian Williams, who was at Texas Tech a year ago. He's a kind of a hard matchup. The kid Q Copeland is like a baby Magic Johnson. He's a 6'7" point guard. They put it in his hands. Now, they haven't defended well. But like those two teams are potentially, in a lot of ways, NC State is underperformed but talented, and Texas, Sean Miller's a really good coach. So that game is really interesting to me.
Okay, Coach, let's talk about the tournament as a whole. You know, we had Coach K on yesterday. It's still wild.
Legend.
That happened. That was crazy that's taking place. He agreed to that.
Let me tell you something.
Both hands, though. He had both hands. Yeah. He said it was my fault. I feel like he's probably like that his entire life, if I had to guess. He was awesome. He was fantastic. But he talked about the haves and have-nots, obviously, and how it's kind of separated basketball, college basketball. It's happened in football as well. Feels like you guys are having similar issues that college football is having in your own ways. Is that going to change the way this tournament goes? Because last year, Connor's a guy who bets on money line every single underdog. In most years, he ends up because there's some long shot that ends up covering for everything else as the games get tight. Last year, he lost. This year, everybody's like, hey, this is not the year to do that. What are your thoughts on the evolution of college hoops, and what should we expect from this tournament?
Yeah, it's I think 4 or 5 teams have separated themselves. You know, if you look at the top, Arizona's been the most consistent team in the country. They've been absolutely terrific. Michigan, they had a hiccup the other day, but their front court is absolutely a joke. Duke is playing potentially without 2 starters. They are vulnerable. Houston doesn't defend the way they used to. So, yeah, I mean, like, are there more players? There are a lot of teams to me that are like, they're ifs. Like, if Darren Peterson's really good, Kansas make a run. If Arkansas rebounds the front court, Darius Acuff is an absolute freak. But I think that if I look at it, Arizona, Michigan separate themselves. Florida's got to get good point guard play. If they do that, they took a little hiccup this past weekend. Who knows? I never think losing is good for you, but it's not bad. I think the biggest thing people don't realize in college basketball today, the mid-majors are getting pilfered. I don't care what Bill says. The mid-majors are getting pilfered, all right? If you're a good mid-major player right now, your agent is talking to every school in the country trying to negotiate a deal. Having said that, the high majors, the top 2 or 3 in each conference have separated themselves. Everyone else, the middle of these high major conferences are good. That's why you're having 9-9 teams, 10-8 teams, 8-10 teams. There are more good mid-majors, even though their records aren't good. They're beating the crap out of each other because they're all pretty good. They're not great, but they're pretty good. So I think that we're not going to see the little guy. We're not going to see the mid-majors. The only 2 mid-majors that maybe have a shot, I do like Akron potentially because they're shot making. And I also like, actually, there's 3. VCU with their athleticism, which is good, in St. Louis. If you're going to take a swing, one of those 3 guys are worth taking a swing on.
Hey, quick, Coach, here, because the boys have a couple questions. How come everybody was so against, and not everybody, but media seemingly against Miami making the tournament whenever they were undefeated for however long it was? It felt like they were constantly fighting against something. Was it you guys they were fighting against? Who were they fighting against? And why was that such a story? And can they go on a run? You said they can score, obviously, and they can go fast-paced, but it did feel like everybody that was talking about them, like, yeah, they're undefeated, but they got no shot. And it's like, well, why are they undefeated? Like, what is that because of what we're just talking about right there? About how good the major conferences are, the 4 major big conferences are versus everybody else?
Yeah, what they accomplished, like I was all in on Miami, Ohio. I think they earned their way into the thing. Once they were undefeated, 31 games in a row. I don't care what league you play in. I don't care how bad your strength of schedule is. I don't care what your league is in. Look, if you win in the MAC, and you guys understand it because you're in that part of the country, it's the most level playing field of any league in the country, the MAC. No one's got more NIL. Guys are busting the games. Pretty good fan support. You're going to get those Midwestern guys that fall through the cracks of the Big Ten. To go through that conference undefeated and playing all those road games, you're a good team. Now, they had a small margin of error. They won like 7 games in the last possession of the game. So a small margin of error, but they won the game. So I always believe if they could run the table, no matter what happened in the conference tournament, they're in. I think the committee did the right thing with them, kind of put them in the playing game because they lost. I did not agree with the committee because my man said, well, when we first went through it, they were the top of the last 4 in. And then he turned around and said, and then we scrubbed them against the other 3, and they were number 4. Well, didn't you scrub them against the other 3?
No, don't listen to these committees. We can't do the committees. We can't do listening to them. They're never going to make sense. The college football playoff one, it was like 1 week. Then we lost the guy in the middle of it. Then it was another week. They just kind of say what they feel in the moment. And for that, we kind of respect them, but also can't expect any consistency. Okay, let's talk about the tournament as a whole. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Coach, what would you say is the biggest advantage for some of these teams? Is it coaching? Is it experience? Is it even, less travel when it comes to region play? We already have heard about how, I believe UCLA and Mick Cronin aren't too happy about anything, but more so traveling all the way to the East Coast. And then, Arkansas is going up to Portland. What's the biggest advantage for these teams?
Well, Mick is happily miserable. He joins the club of coaches that are happily miserable. So I think
he never stops, dude.
No,
it's just never
always patting.
We don't want to turn this into a full talk about him session, but dude, your life is okay.
Yeah.
Now, sorry, go back to the advantages that Connor asked about.
Yeah, in the old days, you would say that you want to have, a veteran backcourt. But there's no such thing as a veteran backcourt anymore. I mean, you got Arizona's starting 3 freshmen, Arkansas 2 freshmen. Now, Florida's an older team. I think the biggest thing is, in my opinion, I have like 6 things that you got to do. Are you a team that can score in a paint? Are you a team that can score in transition? And do you have shot making and toughness? Do you have an 8-man rotation? All the guys that are trying to play 8 and 10 and 12 guys, forget about it. It's the NCAA tournament, man. Front court sub, wing sub, point sub. All right, the rest of you guys, thanks for your participation. But we're trying to win this thing right now. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, like you got to have a solid 8-man rotation. But I think experience is a factor. But in the end, you got to have guards, man. You got to have guards. Like I love Florida. Those guards in the SEC tournament, you saw what happened there? You got to have guards because if you can't guard the ball and you can't advance the ball and make plays at the point, those big guys are useless.
Okay, so let's talk about a guard. Acuff Jr., I believe, right, is the one. Aren't we all saying he's the one? Hey, Greeny, we got 35 seconds here for this question and answer. So, I mean, this is a tight fit.
Acuff Jr., Peterson, DeBonds, all these guys at the top of the NBA draft. This is the most talented kind of college basketball pool we had in a while.
The best freshman class I can ever remember. I mean, it's ridiculous. And these freshmen, their maturity and their approach, these dudes are about winning. They're not about their stats. They're about making the right play. Like, you see that pass right Acuff made? He had 30 in the game. The guy takes over games, but you know what? He drew 2, so what does he do? Drops it off to Billy Richmond. Kicks it back to Brazil. Yeah, he can do a step back. He can sidestep. He's the best layup shooter in college basketball. But the dude always makes the right play. It's absolutely incredible. This kid here, he's got a little Damian Lillard in his game, the best layup shooter, but he makes the right decision. These freshmen are so mature. They're about winning. The way they carry themselves, they call it professional. I think USA Basketball had something to do with it, but it's been so impressive how they carry themselves.
You're the best. That's Coach Seth Greenberg. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach.
March Madness. Hour 1 wraps up here. We'll be back on the other side with AJ Hawk and Cameron Young. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change your life.
We have an opportunity to give away $75,000 to a kid named Daniel Villasenor.
Absolutely.
You're a sophomore, correct?
Yeah.
What is your major?
Civil engineering.
Okay, so what's that mean? What is civil engineering?
I don't really know.
Have you ever kicked a ball before?
I have.
When? Were you a soccer player?
Soccer player, yeah.
Okay, how were you at kicking soccer balls? Pretty good?
I was okay. I was good.
Have you ever said anything negative about football kickers?
Maybe once or twice.
Daniel! Damn, Daniel! We don't need that. You make a field goal here from 33 yards uphill. You're the civil engineer. You'd have to tell me, I think it's about a 40-yard kick. If you're able to do that, we will give you $75,000.
All right.
He's got no laces.
Yeah, what do we got going here? Can we get a shot of shoes?
What time?
Hey, a shot of the shoes.
Daniel showed up in his Vans with no laces. What time did you get here for this?
About 11:40 last night.
Need a lot of power.
Good luck, Daniel.
I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it.
Whoa! Wait a second. Just like everything this morning, that was a surprise. We did not expect that.
Let's go. We got to do one more shot.
One more kick for $100,000.
You got this, dude.
Let's go. How about this, Daniel? How about this, Daniel? Not only is this one for $100,000, if you make it, we'll add another $100,000 to the $500,000 donation we're about to make from College Game Day to the hurricane relief. It could be $600,000 if you make this, with $100,000 going into your pocket. Daniel, this is bigger than you. Let's make a kick, bro.
Way to overcome the shoes here. That was a heck of an effort. Come on, you got this.
In Berkeley, California.
You got it.
Oh! Let's go. Body right. Hell yeah.
Great job.
Damn, Daniel. Damn, Daniel. All right.
What just happened? Are you kidding me? It's horrible. 11:40 he was there.
I know. $600,000 to hurricane relief. $100,000 to Daniel. What a morning in Berkeley.
How are you, Pat? I heard you got a keg of Guinness in for the day. How about the lads get through the best day of the year, St. Patrick's Day? Now, one thing about Guinness, you have to pour correctly. So I'm going to show you how to pour. All right, tilt the glass. Once it's pretty much settled, we top it off. Now it's time to split the G. That's not bad. Happy St. Patrick's Day, guys. See you soon.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
What?
Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. You pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode.
Jesus.
The Thunderdome. On this St. Patty's World Championship, March 17, 2026, hour 2 of the program begins now. Sports!
Hell yeah, Mitt.
The poor Mitt.
Sack of bones.
Emmett McMahon making his family certainly proud as he tapped this keg this morning. And he said immediately afterwards, yeah, I tapped that. So happy St. Patty's. And it's certainly a great day here. We hope you are enjoying the hell out of yourself as well. World Baseball Classic Championship tonight. USA versus Venezuela down there in Miami on Fox. Should be spectacular. The NFL cooking as it always is. Obviously NHL, NBA, college hoops, all happening. And golf has kicked off their season in a massive way with the Players Championship. The champion of the Players Championship will be joining us in about a matter of 3 to 4 minutes. Cam Young. Can't wait to talk to him, learn about him. Dude out of New York, was Rookie of the Year in the PGA in 2022, won the Wyndham Championship in 2025 as his first win. Now he picks up the Players Championship, obviously the biggest purse that he has won, but it feels like he's on his way to do a lot more. Can't wait to catch up with him. The Toxic Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. You now are both wearing one glove.
Yep. In honor of Drew Brees playing banana ball.
Bingo. Ready for the game.
And that's for tonight. That's all for good.
Yeah. It's all good juju. It's all good. I actually heard Judge might even do the 1 for me, 2 for you. He might do that tonight in the clubhouse with the boys before the game.
That'd be sick.
Really?
Yeah, if he can pull it off.
I do wonder who's speaking to the boys tonight. Is it just D-Row fucking commanding the room? Or is there a chance we got another?
Yeah, Hegseth?
Yeah.
Maybe it is
Maybe bring
the
Hegseth.
Secretary of War coming in there saying, you know what we're doing tonight, boys. You know what we're doing. All we know is we don't need any government officials chugging beers on camera.
That's right. No.
Maduro
Immediately
might
afterward. We don't know.
Allegedly, he might come in and say, hey, boys, look, I'm Team USA now. Why don't we,
Maybe this is the big reveal.
Yeah.
He's got a USA Nike tech on.
Yeah.
You know, he goes down there, does his thing. Who knows? One half of the hammer. Cowboys AP. Tony's here, 9-year NFL vet. Happy St. Patty's, Darius J. Butler.
Happy St. Patty's.
Happy St. Patty's, D-Bot.
I'm agreeing. This case, we're here in the first hour. Is here.
Yeah, and we did get the negotiation you did publicly.
Got the memo.
Yeah.
Dario Butler.
Yeah, Darius O. Butler. Darius McButler had made a deal for Juneteenth, I do believe as well. That what are the colors?
Team players.
Black socks.
Black, green, and red.
You got it.
Am I allowed to do that?
Of course.
I don't know. I feel like I'm getting set up here to get attacked.
I
Pretty
wouldn't
good.
do that to you. I never do.
It is the third Friday of June. We will be locked in. I am actually pretty pumped about it. We're getting a keg for that, too.
Yeah, okay. It's not a bad idea. We got some ideas.
No. I'll provide the drinks for that.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
hey.
I'll bring the beers. Okay.
He'll bring the beers.
Okay, so what are the festivities going to be like? I don't think I've ever celebrated fully a Juneteenth. I got costume now. I'm excited.
It'll be a surprise.
Okay.
And we're all going to beat the piss out of Bone.
Okay.
He's going to have his Field and Stream stuff on, too.
Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, live from Manhattan, Ohio. I think he said he was busy. Can't make it for the
No,
Juneteenth.
he's helping me plan it.
Oh, really?
Is that right?
What a hero. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Yeah, Hogger!
Hawker, how you doing, bud?
I can't wait. Me and D-Bud have been hard at work trying to plan this Juneteenth. So yeah, we got our what? Our black, green, and red. We're going to be wearing.
That's right. That's right. We're going to be outfitting the whole place. Do we put up lights? We don't know. We're kind of see as we go.
What are we drinking, D-Bud? You said you're bringing it. What are we drinking?
It'll be a surprise.
Oh, okay.
What are the early
Can't
reads?
wait.
Just
Yeah,
so
what-
I can
what-
prepare
what-
myself. Yeah.
I would like you to give some answers first so that we don't give answers and immediately get murdered here. What should we expect to...
No, take a guess.
No.
Is it what we were talking about?
Liquor? Is it
No,
whiskey?
we're not.
Is it what we were talking about earlier?
Beer, wine?
Water? Are we drinking water?
What is it?
Yeah,
No, I mean, water's always, you always got to be hydrated.
Out of the Gatorade jug?
I'm a dark liquor drinker myself.
Okay.
So that'll probably lead to...
Okay.
I get on board with that.
Okay, we like that.
Some Wiggy.
So I'm gonna have some Jack Daniels and diet.
Wow.
Sounds like
That'll
yeah,
work.
okay. I'm excited for that. That's gonna be a great day. Joining us now is a man who had a fantastic. Nope, never mind. Oh no, he's not with us anymore.
Oh, shoot.
Went back out to the practice screen.
Maybe, or just, is he okay?
I mean, Cameron Young, he might have some Irish in him. He might be
Yeah, you're right.
on
Having
the piss
one.
a bit.
That's not what we heard about him. I actually heard it's complete opposite with Cam Young. He's completely focused and locked in. But St. Patty's Day better have at least a beer, a cheers, for the good of life and society. Sure. And Ty has not picked up a beer for hour 2, which I do appreciate. But I did see.
Yeah, I have.
Cheers.
D-Bot, happy St. Patty's! Okay.
Yes, Earl Butler.
Yeah, he's a good lad there. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is the Players' Championship champion from just a few days ago. Seemingly a man who's up and to the right in the golf world, and we're thankful for that. So fun to watch. In the biggest moments, somehow, he hits the purest ball. His brain has somehow been able to handle the moment in the biggest way. Ladies and gentlemen, golf champion, maybe future of golf. Cam Young.
Yeah, Cam!
How you doing, Cam?
You're doing all right.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
Hey, I just deemed you the future of golf, no pressure. You had to listen to that. Yeah, it's good.
That's all right.
I like that. See, that's how I knew you would handle that. Let's go back to the biggest moments of your golf career. I don't know your golf career well enough, so I apologize if there was some junior championship or college championship that I'm missing here. But Players Championship on Sunday, you're stalking, you're creating, you're building, then you're kind of in touch with the lead, and you go for it, bro. You absolutely attack, you bury, and then we get to the 18th hole, and you hit the longest drive on record there. I mean, with water there, with devastation there. Can you tell me about being locked in, and how long have you been in this stage of your golf career? Because obviously you're pretty young in the whole game right now.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you said it's kind of been building. I've never really had an opportunity like that. The one time I've won, I won by a bunch, so there was no real dramatic finish. The closest thing is obviously Ryder Cup, but that's kind of a different animal. It's it's not for you, it's for your country, for your team. So that feels different in a sense, but yeah, it's been a lot of work trying to unlock, what the brain can do. It's a powerful thing, and orienting it the correct way can, lead to some really good things. So it's a battle, but really cool to have, those opportunities on 17 and 18 and be able to do something with it.
I love the fact that you're talking about the positive swing thoughts that you're having. I was a punter, so obviously you got to have this. I think you came out and said, I'm trying to hold this thing. What are we talking about? Am I trying to put it in the water? No, I'm trying to fucking put it in the hole. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
That's a magical thing. And you talked about the amount of work you've had to go into that. Is it because of how pure you're hitting the ball? Is there your swing is so outrageous.
So buttery.
It's just, and obviously your dad, I've learned, is a coach, so you've been golfing your whole life with his perfect form. But how long has that been your swing thought, and how long has this kind of been your approach to the game every time you're out there?
Yeah, I think it's really taken shape over the course of the last year or so. I've always struggled a little bit with, being a little angry and being pretty hard on myself. And neither of those things are gone, but I feel like we've been able to kind of balance them out with some positives and with some self-belief. And that seems to be really helping, just, especially in those moments where, the outcome is so close and seems so attainable, but, you still have to execute the shots. And so I think it's been a really good, year and a half worth of work on just really trying to, be a little kinder to myself and try to, like you said, think some more positive things in those moments, as opposed to just seeing that water left at 18. There's a fairway there, and it was, thankful that I got it in there.
Man, good for you having those thoughts, because let me tell you, I was so mean to myself when I was putting. I was so mean to myself. If I didn't hit a perfect ball, I was motherfucking everything, myself included in there. And
I've done it recently. So
no.
Some of those things never go away.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think that's the drive that keeps you going in there. But you're great for golf, brother. You are really good for golf, really good for us to watch. It's been an enjoyable experience. You talked about the last year and a half or so. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Cameron, how have your expectations changed internally and externally after the Ryder Cup, where you were basically the breakout star of the entire thing and people kind of tabbed you moving forward, like, okay, this is a guy that is about to go? Like, how has that changed since the Ryder Cup?
Yeah, it has. I think finishing the way that I did last year, won the winning championship, played great in the playoffs, played well at the Ryder Cup. It's hard not to place some additional expectations on yourself. And I think, the first few weeks of the season, I got off to kind of a slow start. I think just being too focused on that piece of it, focusing on what I wanted the results to be and what I expected of myself. And I think it was kind of a good wake-up call that, that's not the best way to put together good results. The best way is to focus on each step you take and being really decisive. And, the last couple of weeks, the golf courses are really, really hard. And that's a great opportunity to kind of go back and focus on some of that stuff. And, so I think the expectation piece of it is really important. And we've learned to use it a little bit more in expecting good preparation and expecting good decision making and not necessarily expecting great outcomes, because those are, you can't force those. They happen when you do all the other things right. So I think it's more a battle of doing that kind of thing.
It's called the process there, brother. Isn't it crazy that all sports, every competition basically, it all comes down to who's better at the process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We all know it too. And it's so hard.
So hard, dude.
Your mind just really gets in the way.
Yeah, because when you're here and it's early morning, instead of working on whatever, maybe I do just kind of I'll stretch more today, as opposed to doing that. And it's like, I got better, but did you actually? And then the time comes and you're sitting in the moment and it's like, you fucking idiot. You should have been working on this. And then all of a sudden negative stuff starts going. So the fact that you're putting in all the work, I think that's whenever you get the lucky things happening in sports. That's what I've kind of learned through my career. Like when I was fully in on the entire process and like trying my best every single rep, it felt like I was getting luckier every single time.
Yeah.
It's like living right almost actually does work in sports. And I'm thankful for that. I am very thankful for that.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing the things you see to the best in the world at things. I mean, it does from the outside looking in just look like, man, why do good things happen to them? And maybe it's just because they're doing a lot of stuff right. So, the more things we can identify that we're in control of that we can do right, I hope that I become one of those people that people watch and say, man, why are good things happening to him? And, I've watched a lot of it in my career, and to have some of it happen to me there on Sundays, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm excited for you to live that life too. Man, it'd be nice to get that bounce off that tree right into the fairway there instead of into the shit like that could have happened if it was eighth of an inch there. Yeah, I think that'll start.
Yeah, I think I might have deserved that one. It was a bad swing, quite frankly, but got away with it in a sense. Didn't make 7 when I could have.
AJ has a question for you, Cam.
Yeah, Cam, we watched that putt on 17, that birdie putt. It felt like kind of like a Ryder Cup atmosphere after we see that putt go in. I guess, can you explain a little bit of what you're feeling inside here? We know you don't show a whole lot of emotion on the field, or I should say on the golf course, obviously. I've been accused of that as well. My wife says I don't have big reactions to anything, and I maybe there's some truth to that. But how do you feel at this moment? And once you finally win on 18, is it relief? Is it joy? Like, what were you feeling?
Yeah, it's it's all those things. That putt on 17, obviously, I felt like at that time I was still really into what I was doing. So there wasn't a ton of thought going into it in terms of anything that was to come or anything that had happened. It was, that goes in. It was, to me, kind of a game on moment. It never really had felt like that all day. We both had kind of just been playing pretty well and both had been hanging around the lead. And all of a sudden it was very definite. We had 1 hole to go and we were tied. So to me, it was game on. And and then you get to 18T and you have some of those intrusive thoughts of, hey, yesterday I hit one in the water. Right's no good either. Hey, what if we win this golf tournament? So there's all those things going through your mind. And thankfully was able to kind of quiet those down a little bit and hit a good tee shot there. But yeah, and then, I really hadn't been too nervous until I realized that I had that 8-inch putt to win.
I saw you step off that thing. Saw you step, but you were gonna just walk up and hit it. Then I saw you back. Oh, hold the hell up.
Yeah, I was going to, and then I didn't want to step in. If Matt does miss his putt, I didn't want to step where his ball was going to be. So it was, not that I couldn't have tapped it in. I suppose I could have, but it was more just out of not wanting to mess him up in any way.
Okay, good.
But yeah, I mean, I wasn't nervous really too bad hitting the wedge shot, hitting the first putt. And then I could not get, I put a line on my ball to try to aim it, and I could not get that thing pointed anywhere near the hole. I was all of a sudden really nervous. But it doesn't look like it in the video, but my hands are shaking pretty bad.
So you're turning that thing just like me? Like you're trying, like literally?
No, I mean, I couldn't do it. It was an awful feeling. And maybe I should have waited until I could get it right, but at that point, I'm all in my head about it, and I just wanted to get it over with. And, thankfully I managed to make it from however far that was.
The thought of you trying to line it up one time moves a dimple. Okay. Thought
Yeah.
you trying to line it up a second time. Moves another dimple. You go, not now. Not now.
Yeah, like, no, I just pretended that it was all good and stepped over it. Line on the putter was nowhere near the line on the ball. It's not the bottom.
Nah, fuck it.
Hey.
Pretty much, yeah.
Hey, he's go dogs. Hey, that was that's awesome to hear. Just because the whole thing is like, not now. Come on. Nope, not doing it. Not just get me out of here. Yep, thank you. Let me take this out of there. And we live to see another day and take home a massive dub, dude. That's an absolutely gigantic win. On that note, you talk about the putting. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Cameron, I read something that your caddy was your former teammate and he was unbelievable at reading greens. And, was he always going to be your caddy because of that fact? And just on the, idea of putting, how did you get so good at putting? Was it just one of those things like, hey, I'm going to putt 2,000 balls a day and make sure it's good? Or does that also have to do, with your caddy knowing exactly where the line is?
Yeah, I mean, it's a combination of things. Kyle's one of my closest friends. And like you said, we played college golf together. And he had his own professional career for a few years there after school. And he wasn't always going to be my caddy. It just kind of worked out that, he was thinking about not playing anymore. And I kind of was looking for a change. And we were going to the Philly Cricket Club. He's from Philadelphia. So he knew that place. And to me, it was just kind of a logical, like, I need a change. Let's bring a friend out for a couple weeks, see how it goes. And he was into it. So we, kind of got started on let's do 2 weeks and see what happens. And then it was another 4. And then it was the end of the season. And now, I'd struggle to imagine what it was like to go out and play without him. So, he's always been a talented putter, talented green reader. And, it's just nice to have a second set of eyes that I trust out there. There's times that I might go with what I see and I might go with what he sees. There's certain days that, we each are kind of seeing it better than one or the other. But, he's been a huge part of it. And the putting is, it's tricky. It's you got to be in the right place mechanically, but it also has to feel good so you can be athletic about it and kind of feel it out. So it's been just a battle of trying to make those things match up. I feel like I've had the mechanics for a while, and over the course of the last 18 months or so, it's kind of started to feel better, and I've started to believe in it.
How come everybody's saying I can't use this? Okay, I suck at putting. I'm looking for anything right now, Cam. How come?
I mean, it might work.
I got dangles with this thing. I'm playing deck hockey, ball hockey, and I'm rolling that thing. They're saying I can't do this. Then I got one sent to me, paid multiple thousands of dollars for it. That thing touches my chest. Not allowed to do that. But then I see Akshay Bhatia doing it. I'm like, I think I'm allowed to do that. How do I not? Then I bought this fucking thing because JJ Spawn put a 66-footer in. I got this thing. He's holding.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable is what who
Tyrrell Hatton
said as he was watching it live. What do I need to do to make some fucking putts, Cam, other than have my friend from college read the greens? Can you tell me? What do I need?
Well, if you have one of those that's good at it, that helps for sure. But
Pac-Man.
Yeah, I mean, putting is simple. You aim well and you don't move your head much. But it's a battle of making those things feel natural. So it's practice where you're aiming so you understand it, and then kind of gotta.
It's a good stroke.
Yeah. There you go.
That's the one.
Okay, thank you for your coaching. On that note, let's keep coaching here. D-Bud has a question for you.
Yeah, very, very selfish question. I'm 3 years into my golf journey. Actually, 78, broke 80 on the sim for the first time last night.
That a baby.
Cam, just one swing thought. Is there one? Just what is your one swing thought when you're standing over a tee shot, for example, like that 18th shot? What's your one swing thought that you're trying to get right?
Yeah, a lot of it's in setup for me. I feel like that kind of puts me in a good spot to make a good swing. But in the swing, it's some combination of, tempo, and for me, trying to feel, that my arms and my chest are connected. I've kind of been trying to feel like my left arm stays, real nice and tight on my left chest. And that seems to kind of help, especially in a nervous moment like that, just to keep everything one piece and try as much as I can to feel kind of a connection between, the big muscle swinging the golf club and the end of the club, because the more you can kind of have tension through there, the more it's all one piece. And in theory, the more consistent you'll be.
Okay, Cam. So if I stop that thing at the top like you do, I was told I never should do that. I should have good rhythm.
You shouldn't. I wouldn't recommend it.
Well, I was told I shouldn't move my feet either, and Scotty Schefter's falling into a different hole every time he hits the ball. He's the former number one in the world, so feels like I'm lied to a lot in this entire golf thing. You should have your swing, but also do these swings. So I'm just trying to get better, as is everybody else. You stopping that thing at top, beautiful.
Beautiful.
I mean, absolutely beautiful.
Photos of it.
Yeah, literally, like, take a picture right there, bub. His left arm's tight to the chest. And are you trying to get down in the pocket here? What are you doing Kiwa shallow?
You got time to think up there, so then you can kind of decide what you're going to do on the way down.
In theory,
Smart.
Could I go here to here?
Yep, you should.
In theory.
And then I could still get the
Still
same.
good?
Because you stopped that thing, don't you? So just getting here is all that seemingly. I'm trying to become a better golfer, Cam. If you could stop fucking mocking my entire existence here, okay? I'd be very grateful for this. That's crazy. So do I get that? I could just take this thing, pause it, and then I could kind of go wherever I want with it, and I'm still going to be able to hit this. You seemingly have changed my eyes here on what I could potentially do. Because boy, from here back to there, so much is happening. So much is happening. And if I could eliminate half of that, that would be huge. That would be a big deal. Is that how you got to stopping it? Have you always stopped it? And in theory,
I haven't, honestly. The only thing for me, if it ever gets really long, I can feel it, and that becomes a problem. It doesn't feel like I stopped to me. 90% of the time. Every once in a while, it gets a little longer, and then I feel it, and I know I'm in trouble. So but it is just it's a timing thing for me. It's just how I feel like if I can get it up there, kind of the same way I was talking about everything being as much one piece as possible on the way down. If I get it up there and give myself some time, I can lead with my left side, and then everything else follows from that. So for me, it's just a timing thing, and that's how I've learned to be consistent with that throughout the years.
I mean, what the fuck is that?
What?
I did it.
That was his swing.
I did it. Look, he does that.
You guys look the same.
You look comfortable.
Swing the swing.
Swing. I'm swinging.
Swing your swing.
Show him.
I'm swinging, Cam. Swing.
That's it.
Cam, you tell me, buddy.
Here we go.
Longer.
Boom.
There you go.
Okay.
In the hole.
Second half look good.
Yeah, it did.
There's a problem from here to here.
Okay.
Here to Kyle Shallow.
That was good. That looked good.
There you go.
Oh, Cam.
You got it.
Cam, I know your dad has been charging for shit that you just did for me for his whole life or whatever as a golf coach. Thank you for just blessing me with that. That was very kind of you.
No problem.
Turns out I'm a scratch golfer now.
Figured it out.
You guys test for weed and PEDs over there or no?
Yeah. Yep.
Turns out I can't become a pro, I guess.
Catch him next circuit.
Yeah. Do you guys have like an enhanced games golf that I can maybe get into?
Live.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, you're the man. We appreciate you, dude. We are very thankful you took time out of your life to talk to us. Thank you for being awesome to watch on Sunday, and we can't wait to follow your journey through this all, brother.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Thanks for having me on.
Last question, Tone.
Yeah, Cam, we just brought up your dad. I believe he's the head pro at Sleepy Hollow, where Rob Manfred, the commissioner of the MLB, is a member there. And you rock that sweet MLB patch. It looks really cool. And I'm not just bullshitting you. It looks really cool. Are you actually a fan of the MLB, or is it just a favor to Mr. Manfred? And then are you going to watch the WBC tonight if you are a fan?
And who are you pulling for?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, quite the opposite. It was a favor from him to me. They were my first corporate sponsor. When I had no status anywhere, he offered, the opportunity to wear that logo. And given that I had $0 and no sponsors and no status, I said, yes, sir. And it's been a great relationship. I mean, he's a great guy. And, I've known my father a long time. So it was, not a favor from me to him. It was the opposite. Him doing me a favor starting out my career. And I'm very grateful to him for that.
Yeah, and they got a smash hit with this World Baseball Classic. Who are you pulling for tonight?
I'll be honest with you. I'm not a great sports follower.
Oh, no, he doesn't even know. You don't even know, Cam.
USA, Cam.
USA's playing tonight. USA's playing for the World Championship tonight.
Yeah, then USA.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all.
There you go. Put on my red, white, and blue for that.
American Patriot right there.
It is on the record. Cam Young's pulling for America tonight in a game that he didn't know was existed. It's because he's so locked in, finding that rhythm.
Yep.
So he can
Yeah, I'm
continue to win.
trying.
Yeah, we appreciate you doing
Golf
that.
hard.
I'm happy you're pulling for America tonight, though. This would have went a completely different way if you weren't, to be honest.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
That would have been a good time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, congrats, dude. Seriously.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
Are you in the TGL Super Duper Cup?
No. We our team actually 3 of our guys finished 1, 2, 3 this last week. Yet we missed the playoffs, so we are not.
How the hell does that
That's
work?
so Mickey Mouse, just like we thought. Okay, it was hard for us to get into it. I mean, we were trying. Now that I hear that,
it's fun, but we just didn't have it this year. I don't know what went on.
well, maybe we all need to get their little rhythm stoppy at the toppy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Need to get that thing, and maybe
Hammers.
yeah, drop the hammer,
Yeah,
hammer
hammer
Dahn.
Dahn.
You know, that's what you guys need to do early this time. All right, you're the man, ladies and gentlemen. Cam Young.
Yeah.
I like Cam.
Cool character.
That's good for golf.
Yeah. Good thing you got your golf game figured out. Scratch golfer.
I'm happy you remember that because that's what I wanted to get into. Yeah, I certainly wanted to talk about that.
That bet's still alive between you two.
It certainly is.
We made that like 5 years ago, I feel like.
I think it was 8
It had
years ago.
33 years of existence,
Yeah.
though. That's
What
the
is
thing.
it, 20 million?
That's why it was a good deal on my side. Yeah, 30 million, I think.
No,
25
60.
million? 60 million?
Keeps going up.
Whatever it was. Dude,
It's not going to happen, so yeah, keep running the tab.
Not going to happen. What are you talking about? The bet is that I can make a cut in a senior championship tour
Yes.
weekend. Doesn't have to be like a good one. Can be one of their
any.
throwaway ones where
I
maybe
don't think they have cuts, unfortunately, to be honest. But I mean, okay, let's say if you're in the top half
They
out of
do.
after the first 2 rounds.
Okay, sounds good. Now, you got to remember, we might get to a situation where all these golfers might have appearances, that weekend.
Oh yeah, it says
You're
it.
the only guy playing in the
You're going to be the only guy.
You buy out all the other slots.
You're going
So-
to sponsor a tournament just to get in it. It's going to be the Pat McAfee Open, and you're going to get first place.
No, call it the Hawkers Bank account.
Kim Jong-un.
Yes, I want a tournament.
That's who you-
I want a
okay.
tournament with the senior championship tour. But really, if there was another competitor and they won, I'd still win the bet, right?
yeah.
So we'd pick our favorite
Yeah.
of the tournament. Congratulations, you're winning one. Unless I get hot, which
Boom
could
Boom
happen.
Couples comes in, wins the tournament.
Boom, we love
That'd
it.
be cool.
Look, John Daly,
Tiger might be there for a couple years.
Tiger Woods, Keegan Bradley.
Hale
all these-
Yeah,
Irwin.
you'll beat those guys. You'll beat them.
No, they'll win. We'll just give it to them. We just won't have anybody else in the tournament. I think you are
On hell.
very confused about what just happened in my golf game. I had no idea I could take that thing.
Is that the
here,
unduffable?
That's genius.
Get over here, turn that thing into the shallow. This
Yep.
is what Kawa does, Kawamura.
Yeah,
Yep.
swings the hammer.
You still bringing it?
Yeah.
Did you see what I just? Yeah. This is pure.
Is he still bringing?
All day,
I
every day.
haven't seen a D, but I thought he fell off.
He came,
Yeah,
in
me either.
he came in 27th at the Players. What are you talking about?
Thought he fell off.
I'm not doing this.
Oh, he needed that.
We're not doing this to Kyle Moore. I've spent hours with Kyle Moore. Okay. He's changed my golf game into a full thing. And I think he is playing in the championship tour this year. So
Hell yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him on the course playing real holes.
I think he did live in Singapore this last weekend. I think he came in
He's like 6 under through.
DeChambeau's falling in the
36.
sand over there.
Yeah. But then he won.
Bugs were
They won.
attacking him.
Well, yeah, those are birds, right?
No, those are big ass bugs.
That's crazy.
I thought they were bats.
Yeah, I thought that eating the bugs maybe.
Might have been a mixture of the
Didn't
three.
look like he was loving it.
Let's talk about things that people are loving. Atlanta radio host is back. Says Tua is the starter, and I'll tell you, this guy is awesome. It's 2 minutes and 36 seconds of him talking, so we're definitely not going to show that. But basically, and this guy has a good lean on things down there in Atlanta.
Had the LaFleur news earlier.
Yep.
Chuck and Chernoff. I mean, these guys.
They do it.
They do it. This
They
guy,
bring it.
Hey, bud, when we see your face going viral on the internet, we know you're right. And he just basically said, Penix, what are we doing? To his team, he's going to get at least 4 games if he's the starter. And if it goes well, okay, it's Tua's. If it doesn't, now we're in a whole thing again. So fascinating times down in Atlanta. But I do think maybe they're heading in the right direction.
Yeah, maybe. Absolutely. I mean, we all love Bijan Bajan, one of the two, but still, he's incredible. Drake London's incredible. They still have talent. I still kind of do believe in Tua a little bit, especially with what we're seeing going
I
on
do too.
in Miami. It's a complete fire sale. So who knows? Maybe Kevin Stefanski has some sort of plan, or maybe they finish last in the division.
What was that, Butsy?
I kind of forgot Stefanski was the coach.
Not a fan?
For like 30 seconds. But
What do you mean? You couldn't have named that? If I would have said D-Butt, coach of the Falcons is?
I honestly, I would have thought for him for a half a second.
And even Dan Quinn potentially
And then
pops in here.
Better question is, who's the GM?
Ooh.
Kevin Stefanski. Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan just hired.
No, they did hire somebody. It was the person from the Bears. They
Ian
were pissed.
Cunningham.
They were pissed they're not going to get a comp pick.
Happy St. Patty's Day to him.
Bingo.
Ian Cunningham.
He's celebrating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sully he's coming down there doing an inside.
Happy
job
St.
in
Patty's
Miami.
Day to Sully.
But yeah, I
Yep.
believe in Tua. I still believe in Tua. With Stefanski, with what they have now, gonna have a big hole on defense. You would assume.
Good
with
young defense,
James Pierce Jr. He
Oh,
got
yeah, I forgot about that.
some trouble, but he had 10.5 sacks. But they've built a good defense with young players. I think they have a good team, definitely headed in the right direction. That's probably why I assumed Raheem was still there at the Chargers. But yeah, he's
with the
out
Niners.
of there.
So what are the Miami Dolphins doing? You guys are in a little bit of a turnover. Let's go back to Miami Dolphins superfan, Bubba Gumpino from North Left Canada, fan of South Right Miami Dolphins his entire life, has lived his entire life without seeing any success. Gumpy, what are your thoughts on the Miami Dolphins? Maybe another couple years, Sully and Halfley, get that thing turned around.
Everything until this, I was all on board, 100%. You can't trade Waddle. He's young. The contract was decent. There was no need to do. If Chris Greer made this trade, I'd be losing my fucking mind, okay? If they trade Achane, that's it. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing because you paid Malik Willis to come in. So what are we doing?
7 picks in the first 3 rounds.
I don't care. So what, one of them is going to be Jalen Waddle?
Maybe.
Like, Jalen Waddle's on a good deal. He's a young player. He loved playing in Miami. This one doesn't make sense to me.
And it wasn't the owner doing the Waddle. Just
Yeah,
a little
he's got
bit.
the
The
Waddle
owner's
salary.
doing the Waddle. Sully said, get him out of here.
Maybe they didn't like McDaniel's guys.
Yeah, bingo.
This is
This is classic new building.
Yep, Lin Ben fingerprints all over.
This does have.
Oh, you think this is Lin Ben's doing?
I didn't think about
If
Lin
it's
Ben.
Lin Ben, then I might change my mind.
Lin Ben bought 1% of the Miami Dolphins business, which was $125 million, which would be a valuation of $12.5 billion. 1% sale to Lin Ben, and maybe Lin Ben came in there and said, "We're not doing a Waddle.
I don't.
We're not waddling around here."
Bring a quarterback in, get rid of him. Now Achane,
Teams are
he had
sniffing.
all pro season last year.
He's gone.
You heard Schefter. Yeah, teams are
He did,
sniffing.
yeah.
He's as good as gone.
And they got
Sorry
other
about
guys.
it, Doll fam. Sorry about it, Doll fam. Another year, though. Another year of this entire thing. Did you hear about Matt Leinart and USC?
Yeah.
I saw Mike Florio reported. AJ, I don't know if you saw this, as a living legend at the Ohio State Buckeyes. And now, I don't know how many numbers are retired over there at Ohio State. Some of these places, it's tough to retire numbers because so many people come through these colleges. It's a lot of turnover, obviously, every 3-4 years. But the number 11 retired because of Matt Leinart's incredible success at USC alongside Reggie Bush. Who else was there?
Lendell White.
Lendell White, Clay,
Matthews.
It's Mike Williams.
Ray Maluga.
Yep.
All of them.
Dwayne Jarrett.
Taylor made
Feely Moala. I mean,
Yeah.
when you go through, I mean, that team was must watch. That team was must watch
Coaching.
television. And obviously, they were the kings of LA at the time. There was no professional football teams. Obviously, the Lakers were there, but they were saying like Leinart, Reggie, and the boys were the biggest stars in Hollywood. They were packing the place out. Pete Carroll was there chewing his gum. Celebrities were coming through. Everything. USC was the top of conversation. USC's quarterback was Matt Leinart at the time, and the big lefty got honored by USC, saying, "Hey, there'll never be another 11. Nobody could ever do what you did for this institution.
Seriously.
We appreciate you so much for not only bringing us into a good light, but winning games forever." And Reggie, we're going to try to do the same thing, but there's some shit going on. You know, bud. But we're going to try to do the same. We're appreciative. Then new era comes in, and they go, "Hey, 11 was cool, but you know what would be cooler? If you let some 17-year-old who hasn't done jack shit wear that, and he might not even come here if we tell him that that's the case." But boy, we're getting a lot of requests for the number 11. I don't know if you know, it's 2 ones. So people, they really like the number 11. We were wondering if maybe for recruiting purposes, for the good of the Trojans, fight on, maybe you let us open that thing back up. And Matt Leinart said, eat shit.
As he should have.
Exactly. Yeah, which I think we all, if that is the full story. We don't know what the full story is. Obviously, Florio probably knows a little bit more in the entire article. But basically, this situation has happened before with players in colleges, and players have let it happen. It's happened in the pros in the past whenever there's a trade for somebody, and maybe it's a big name, and like, hey, this is a part of their entire identity. Let's go ahead and change your entire number. There's been unretired jerseys before, but Matt Leinart's still young. I mean, he's still doing it. It just didn't happen that long ago.
No.
You'd basically be pulling him down from the rafters.
Yeah.
Is what you'd be doing at this exact time. And I don't think he's lived in the rafters long enough. And that's in our eyes, just outside looking in. USC obviously feels a little differently.
No, and their retired numbers are Carson Palmer, Reggie Bush, Leinart, Caleb Williams, and O.J. Simpson. So Not that many. Pretty big names.
Juice still out there?
Still up there.
I'm surprised Caleb's retired.
Heisman.
Okay. Makes sense.
Caleb
Those
Williams.
guys all won Heisman's, I believe. So.
Yep.
I would assume Caleb's is going to try. They're going to try to unretire that one. Get a couple of years, maybe.
But yeah, you were only here for 2 years.
Yeah.
Didn't win a natty. Just a Heisman.
We just asked Matt Leinart. AJ, how many retired numbers at Ohio State? Probably not. You can't.
I don't know exactly. It's Heisman winners, basically. Eddie George, Troy Smith, Hopalong Cassidy. But my number, I wore 47 in college. It was retired during my junior year for Chick Harley, unbelievable player back. He's the guy who built the shoe, basically. Went off, flew as a pilot, World War I, came back, had another year at Ohio State. It got retired my junior year. I was grandfathered in and was able to wear it my senior year, but then after that, it's retired.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that happened to you. That's a badass, by the way. What's his name again?
Chick Harley. He was the man. I played with his great grandson, whatever. Chick, he's a great coach. We call him Chick. His name was Rob.
I think if he's flying World War I, probably just one great. Maybe great.
Yeah, maybe one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, he played running back, safety, kicker, and punter. He played everything. He was the man. Did everything.
No, what's World War I? That was early?
Yeah, 1917 to yeah.
I think he missed the 1918
My
season,
grandfather was in World War II, so great-grandfather.
So it would be World War I. Yeah, we assume his great-grandson. It's crazy whenever you start looking back in history, though, the timing of things. And how long ago it seems, but really in generational conversation, how long is it actually? You know, like we're gonna lose the greatest generation, right? I think we scroll through and we see like, oldest active or oldest veteran of World War II, blah blah blah, passed away at 100 and whatever. It's like, man, never gonna be able to put face to stories about what did now literally just history book, which is a crazy kind of situation as life. Tom, why you punish me? That's like my daughter's growing so fast. We used to soccer practice. I'm like, holy hell, everything's just kind of blink of an eye. It's passing, disappearing.
And Hootie's probably crying again today, isn't he?
Yeah,
especially with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Does he have any more tears to cry? It sounds like Gumpy found some new ones back there. He was pouting a bit. A little bit. Sound like you're pouting a bit.
Just got a jersey.
Yeah, just got
a
Waddle jersey. Came in yesterday.
My whole locker, I'm losing a jersey once a week at this point. Everybody's gone. I got nothing left. If A-Chan goes, that's the last tarp I got, besides obviously
sell it.
Dan Marino to go.
Get rid of it now.
The Waddle one?
The A-Chan.
So he doesn't get booted if he keeps that jersey. Sully might find out and make a call.
Okay, let's talk about A-Chan because he changed his name pronunciation mid-career and I guess didn't change the name. Corrected how we were pronouncing it. And Kyle Brandt did a good promo about this entire thing about us covering sports. We're very lucky and thankful to do it, but we don't want to disrespect people either or their families or their friends or anything like that. So whenever we're taught how something is pronounced, we are very appreciative of that. I think Kyle Brandt laid it out pretty perfectly, especially with the names that, come through sports. I think it was a very well done piece, but obviously I'm part of that whole thing with Bobby Okereke.
Yeah.
Whenever he gets announced draft day and they write that thing out in phonetic spelling on this card and they go, congratulations, you got Okereke as an Indianapolis Colt. And it's like, thank you so much. And then a couple walkthroughs, how do we pronounce this thing? And I hammer that thing. I mean, it was a full-on Okereke. Like it's a full introduction. Everybody has to hear it. And then, just a couple years later, it's Okereke, actually. Yeah, it's like... All right.
Someone didn't check before that?
Okay, was this a... that's the biggest night of your... Okay, I'm so sorry about that. I apologize. But then it was like, no, we didn't start telling people until then. So I think the way Kyle talked about us wanting to know, that is true. A-Chan told us his name, and then now we got it going on with Travis A-Chan Jr. With the Jacksonville Jaguars, because I believe it is a very French name. E is an A. T-I-E, I think, is Cha. I took 4 semesters. I don't know the language, but I think that is a part of it. So he said, basically, going down to New Orleans, it's going to be nice down here. The Cajun folks will understand. My name's Travis A-Chan Jr. And it's like, that's a sick name. I'm happy we're going to be saying that going forward. Connor thinks he's going to struggle with it, though. So he's thinking about just Travis.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going Travis Jr. And not because, it's strictly because I don't want to get it wrong. because that was a real thing. That was my biggest takeaway, because there has been times where we've gotten people's names wrong. And also there's times when people get our names wrong, and it's like, what the hell? I mean, McAfee, we have a whole entire commercial about that like thing. And so it does, kind of irritate you when you hear that about other people. But like, we do actually try and make sure we get everyone's. That's why we listened to the Devin Achan video, because not video, just the sound bite of him explaining how to say his name, because we thought A-Chain was so cool. A-Chain, A-Train. But then there was like a muffled audio of him saying it, and we all listened to it like 10 times just to make sure we get it right. So I'm glad he's at least saying it now. And this happens in all sports. Brad Marchand was Brad Marchand for the first 15 years of his career, because he was scared to tell the Boston Bruins media what his actual name was. And then finally he was like, hey, my name is actually Brad Marchand. Like, you pronounce the end of it. So I would love if everyone did what Travis Jr. did, just so we know.
Oh, I thought you were going to go for it.
Just so we know how to say. Like, that's why the Bijan thing, like Bijan Robinson basically said, like, my mom calls me Bijan, but I've always been called Bijan. It really doesn't matter. And in a situation like that, it's like, okay, cool. Then either way, he doesn't mind if it's Bijan or if it's Bijan. But with Travis Jr., like, clearly he does want his name to be pronounced correctly.
Yeah, and we don't want to be, it's your name, it's your family.
Yes.
McAfee, it happens all the time. We don't want to be the people that were like, what's your last name? Pasquantonio. Sounds good. That's Pasquantino.
Yeah.
And then moving on. We would like to show respect. We would like to show respect. And as the ooses continue to take over sports, it's like, that's another one. Like, we try our absolute best to do it. But, there is different pronunciations of letters in these different cultures than what I've been taught my entire life. So we try our best, though. And I think Kyle Brandt laid it out very, very well. I thought that was a good thing.
Hey, I don't get the McAfee thing. I don't get McAfee. I don't know anybody's last name pronounced McAfee. I really don't. It's always McAfee.
Little C, big A. So I think, people just reading it go McAfee.
Sound it out.
It's McDonald's fault because they have the McCafe.
Yeah, but there's McCafe has the second C in there. McDonald's has the D in there.
Yeah.
Obviously, mix for a reason. But, it's a potential Scottish name too, with the A next to the C. Like Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Who?
Scottish.
Yeah, quite cerebral.
Yeah, he is absolutely. But yeah, it's we would like to show respect around here.
We always dealt with it in locker rooms. That's why day one, you're getting a nickname. You're getting a nickname real quick. Everybody, as soon as you see that name, all right, 4-5. All right, Pop. It's going to be something short and something quick. But, yeah, it's definitely tough, especially, when you're in this business and you're covering a bunch of different names, different countries. And I got with Cheetah from the city, so, I grew up in America my whole life. So.
That's a good point.
Hey, it happened.
That was an honest
Good point.
Yeah, that second I could be an East.
Yeah.
You never know with the English language.
Better is with Cheetah, to be honest.
Let's talk about a nickname that one man earned on draft night, which is best lungs in history.
Yeah.
Laramie Tunsil got celebrated with the Washington Commanders. I don't know if you saw this.
No.
He signed a new deal. I believe, it's a good deal, big deal. And the Washington Commanders just basically welcomed him in the building with open arms, rounding ovation, and they're showed up for him. This is for offensive linemen. Okay, this is for Laramie Tunsil. Thank you so much for what you're going to do for Jaden Daniels and for our team going forward. Shout out to him, because obviously the ride has been a wild one. And I think if you were looking at the same way that I was looking at it, this guy was definitely going to be a success story regardless. And the amount of work he's had to put in, insane. And I love that the Commanders welcomed him like this for a new deal, D-Bud.
Yeah, this is awesome to welcome in. You definitely feel welcome. You are a franchise player, been a left tackle, protecting the franchise at the quarterback position. I love this, and he has been – an unbelievable businessman. Obviously, he's been a great player in the league, but he's been a great businessman when it comes to getting these deals done. Short deals, a lot of guaranteed money. He's obviously played his ass off, but I love seeing this from the Commanders and Laramie.
Is that – you talk about the business side.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Was that this is St. Omni operation, right? Is it not?
Yes, it is.
Is that still going on?
I believe he signed with a agency as well. He might be athletes first.
Really, Mulligetta was like, excuse me, there's this man in the shadows that's negotiating deals that's pissing off everybody. I feel like that's a guy we should certainly potentially add in here. But Laramie Tunsil, you talk about the business. We got a chance to chat with him the last time big business happens. He's obviously traded from the Houston Texans to the Commanders for this last season. And I think they wanted to let him know, like, hey, man, We are very thankful you're here. Left tackle is a very important position in football. We understand that maybe more than anybody because of the history of the left tackle position, especially with how it relates to our organization and our franchise. 2 years, $60.2 million extension.
Huge.
It's like, we love you, we appreciate you. And then you think about the welcoming committees to different buildings these days. People are pumped for people nowadays, Ty.
Yeah, I know what you're alluding to, and I actually prefer that. Listen, this is great. I love that everyone in Washington showed up for Laramie Tunsil, as they should, franchise-type player. I like what they're doing in Cleveland. Give me the Todd Monken approach. He comes in, he's got the trench coat, overcoat, the big baggy jeans on. They say, sorry, coach, we didn't fucking bring anybody out here. You know why? Because you're ready to get to work. He said, you goddamn right. Give me a cup of coffee. He went right into his offense, and then we saw what type of moves they're making. So does Todd Monken need the fanfare? No, he doesn't. He just needs a pen and a piping hot cup of Joe to get started.
Do you think he's putting any sugar or cream?
No, absolutely not.
You don't think so?
No.
What we're referring to, and we're looking for it right now on the internet, Todd Monken, new head coach of the Cleveland Browns. Shortly after 6 other head coaching arrivals had been broadcasted to the entire world about the entire building shutting down. This has kind of been the last few years of social media. New head coach, new GM, whole building comes out to welcome you. We're so thankful that you're here. Then you give a speech. Immediately of Ben Johnson, but not just Ben. Every head coach that was kind of hired this cycle kind of got a welcoming committee. And the Cleveland Browns bring in Todd Monken over Jim Schwartz. Okay, remember there was a public conversation about Jim Schwartz, defensive coordinator for the Cleveland Browns. Older guy, been in the coaching career for a long time. He's already in the building. The boys love him. Myles Garrett's like a pillar. He obviously just broke a record with this guy. You're going to love him. And then they're like, no, actually, we're going to go get Baltimore Ravens offense coordinator Todd Monken, about the same age, and he's going to be running the ship now. Jim Schwartz is out there. And then you got Myles Garrett posting things that are like, come on, man. Come on, dude. We had the guy. And then whenever he shows up at the building, it's literally not a single soul. It's just there's people getting coffee in the back. I can't believe we found we've still not. Oh, they eliminated from the internet potentially.
Makes sense.
There's somebody walking in the back just getting Todd Monken walks in a building, somebody that works in the Cleveland Browns organization, new head coach in town, looks over, sees him. I think they even shrug and go,
who the fuck are you?
Nobody let this guy. Gets coffee, and then 2 guys come up to him, Andrew Berry included, I think, go, hey, sorry, we didn't bring the welcoming committee. And then they just walk right to his office, and then he looks out, and it's gray, just clouds over 2 practice fields.
Mm-hmm.
He just left Baltimore, has a castle. We've seen that place.
Yep. Sick.
Not that Cleveland doesn't have a nice facility. I've heard incredible things about their facility, but they were telling him, like, why don't you look out here? And he was wearing that oversized shit. And he just looked out there and said, yeah, that's how you get to work.
Hell yeah.
And it was like, then you see this, left tackle signs, 2 years, $60 million, the entire building. Great to have you back, man. Great to have you back. There's just so many different ways to go about it. There's so many different, and we're not saying either way is right. Of course, we're not saying that. But boy, Laramie Tunsil had to feel pretty good. You saw him getting pretty jacked up.
Yeah.
These new coaches, like, talking to their families maybe afterwards, like, you should have seen it today. Like, literally, everybody came out and said, what's up? That was pretty cool of them to do that for us.
Yeah, that was dope.
You could say that. Cleveland Browns, like, hey, we're ass. You know we're ass.
Yeah.
We're not doing any of this shit.
Monken might have turned it down, too. I mean, to Ty's point, he might have said, hey, I don't want all those bells and whistles, okay? Don't bring everybody. I don't like people, okay? I like football players. So don't bring all these people in front of me and make me talk to them.
The Jets are going to be in the middle of a new turnover, we assume. No, maybe not. Maybe not. They got 2 first rounds. I need to not be as negative. Obviously got a quarterback. Good for them. Hey, come on. Come on, Jets. Let's have a time here. But, there's been a transfer of power. Mike Francesa is sports pope.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
On good sources.
Yeah,
great sources.
Great sauces.
Yes, very good.
Like, he knows, right?
Yeah. The sports pope isn't putting something like this out unless it's an 100% unadulterated fact.
What did he say whenever he was laying this out? Did you get a chance to hear it all?
I didn't watch it, but I'm sure it was something along the lines of, listen, Muji's the guy. What is it? Aaron Glenn, he's a dope. He's going to be out of there in a couple years. So there has been a changing of the guard, so to speak, and I'm not so sure Geno Smith isn't going to maybe lead them to the playoffs, Super Bowl this year, given that Muji is running the show and that dope
Aaron Glenn is going to be, I assume I have a limited role.
Well, Glenn and Muji not getting along either, says the Pope.
They hate each other. Glenn's an asshole.
Well, he kicked Aaron Rodgers out of the building, obviously, after Aaron flew across the country to meet with him. That was the beginning of his Jets run. We obviously had high hopes for Aaron Glenn whenever he took over the New York Jets. Now it sounds like, hey, you just do the coach and we'll do everything else. How's that work out? We shall see. The Jets is the Jets, though, AJ, until further notice.
Yeah, they are. But I actually listened to the majority of his comments. He didn't actually kill Aaron Glenn. He kind of said, like, hey, we can't blame everything on Aaron Glenn if it goes wrong now. Like, he doesn't really – he's not the one – or he's not the top guy in charge. He's reporting to Muji. So I thought it was almost like a positive towards Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, I think it's good for Aaron Glenn to be able to focus on ball, too, if that's what needs to happen, if all this is accurate. But also I think it's good just because it seems like something new's happening, Yeah. And if something new's happening – go on,
like that.
Jets.
A lot of places, though. A lot of places do that where, hey, the GM, as far as he's in charge of the personnel, I will cut guys, I will bring them in, and I will stay out of your way on the field, and I will not tell you what to do when it comes to football.
You just need them to be aligned. That's why everybody talks about alignment at the top. If the coach and the GM are aligned in the ideas and mentalities of what we're looking for, that's a win-win. But if the GM and the head coach it's not as smoothly, he says, are not on the same page and not aligned, there's no chance. There's literally no chance it works out.
Eagles.
So it's a tough thing.
They don't have to. Yeah, egos is definitely. Well, you say Eagles, but egos is definitely a part of it. When you got the head coach and the GM, and obviously the owner, you got to be aligned. But I mean, if you're not, you don't have to be best buddies. You don't have to be best friends. But as long as you can have a good professional working relationship, it can work. But at the end of the day, it's the Jets. So nobody outside of, even Jets fans probably don't have any faith or hope in the Jets. So,
we experienced that with them.
None. When you're hearing this, it's like, okay, it's it'll be another chapter in a couple of years, and hopefully they'll figure it out, 50 years from now.
Jets, obviously two teams in New Jersey there representing the tri-state areas alongside the Italian podcast that we learned about out there at the tri-state area.
What was their name?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, especially on St. Patrick's Day.
I think you can. On St. Patrick's Day.
Well, St. Patrick was Italian, so you could celebrate him too.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay.
Look it up.
Okay. Who else was Italian if we're going to look some things up?
Whoever, I don't care.
Mussolini, I know.
St. Patrick's parents were from
Yes, he was.
He was.
There's one.
Yeah, there was some Irish in there, too. Yeah, that's not. That's why I stayed clear of that. Connor couldn't help himself at St. Patrick's Day. Sorry, he got pretty excited in this entire thing. What's that? Oh, Bruce said we got 5 minutes till air. Let's tighten this up. Let's get out of here. Let's hit everything we need to hit before we get out of here. Christian Kirk signed to a 1-year deal, $6 million with the San Francisco 49ers. Congratulations to them. A lot of jokes about C. Kirk's on lockers over there and everything like that. Great internet. Christian Kirk just a few years ago reset the entire wide receiver market whenever he went to Jacksonville Jaguars. Tyreek Hill was affected by that. Devontae Adams was affected by that. All modern wide receivers were affected by Christian Kirk's deal with Jacksonville Jaguars just a few years back. And he is obviously a playmaker, can make plays, and now he's getting added to a 49ers offense that is loaded. I love what John Lynch has been doing over there by that substation.
Yeah, Mike Evans, Christian Kirk, and then Ricky Pearsall are their go-to wide receivers right now. Obviously, Kittle coming off the injury, and then you have the backfield that they have. I wouldn't be surprised if they add another one. Juwan Jennings is still out there. I don't know if they can bring him back or not, but their wide receiver room right now looks a lot better than it did last year when they were super banged up. And as far as playmakers concerned, a lot for Brock Purdy.
Okay, let's talk about some other playmakers that were on the move, that were supposed to be on the move, but then Alec Pierce, Indianapolis Colt.
Yeah.
Biggest free agent wide receiver signing in history. Chris Ballard, one of his guys.
Yep, loves him.
Cap hit $9.2 million this year.
That's not
good
bad
deal.
at all.
That's a magician. That's Ballard ball.
Ballard masterclass.
Oh, he likes his guys, and he likes the way he works these numbers too. $9.2 million. None of it makes sense to me. I don't know how it works, but somehow some teams are good at it and some teams aren't. And the teams that are good at it are seemingly teams that win because they're able to utilize their money better than everybody else. But they also are normally the teams that are trying to go all in and not really worried about the future. We'll worry about the future when we get to the future. We're trying to win now. Those teams have success, it seems like. And some of those teams are able to navigate the salary cap gymnastics. This is a big one by Ballard. I love to see this.
It is. But the biggest thing to keep an eye on this year with Pierce is he's, in my opinion, he's going to be stepping into a new role because now you're the certified number one guy. And since he's been here, he's been that deep threat. And a lot of times in games, he would show up and kind of be that number one guy production-wise. But now, week in and week out, he's going to be the game record for the defense. He's going to be where the free safety is going to be leaning. So now you have to kind of add to that route tree as opposed to just the 7, 8, 9 balls, the post corners and the deep balls. Now intermediate dig routes, curl routes, comebacks, slants. He's going to have to, improve in that part of his game. But if he has the same quarterback, Dan Jones, when he gets back in there healthy, I expect him, Shane, and all to be on the same page, especially with Downs, what he does in the slot, JT doing his thing. So I love this, obviously, what he does production-wise, who he is in the locker room, and then money-wise on the books. It's a win-win-win across the board.
Yeah, and I don't know if this has been happening forever, but at least in the last few years that we've been doing this, whenever someone gets a new deal, we're always like, oh, that first year is going to be nothing compared to what the AAV normally is. And then they just have it backloaded. And then if it's a good thing, they will then redo the deal, so then it fixes itself. And if it's a bad thing, they'll just eat a bunch of dead cap, and that's kind of what some teams do now.
Yeah, and you can still win by eating a bunch of dead cap. Sean Payton proved that. We'll see if Miami's able to do that with the Tua deal, which is obviously bigger. Let's stick with the Indianapolis Colts. They trade Zaire Franklin to the Green Bay Packers, and now a potential Anthony Richardson trade to the Green Bay Packers is on deck. Anthony Richardson, we thought, was going to be back to playing his best ball last year. Had a couple freak injuries, including one in pregame that affected his eye, I do believe, with a pole or something hitting him in the face. I still don't think anybody has really heard the entire. I don't know what the story was. He ended up not playing and being on IR for a long time because of something that happened in a locker room before a game. Obviously, the talent and upside is insane. Just how much patience do you have to get there is kind of the conversation with the Colts. And will he ever get there? Will he ever be the guy who puts in enough work to be able to get there? Felt like he was going to be able to say yes to that this last season, and then some more injuries took place. Daniel Jones kind of took over, and now potentially new landing spot for Anthony Richardson is Green Bay Packers. Do we know they were in the market for a potential quarterback?
They definitely need one now after Malik Willis just got paid, and I think that's probably the idea is, hey, he's not coming in to threaten to be the starting quarterback. He would be the backup, and we just saw the reclamation project that happened with Malik Willis. Like, he was an afterthought, comes to Green Bay, gets paid. He's going to be the starter in Miami next year. So, yeah, I mean, if you can get him for next to nothing, all of the physical attributes and all that kind of stuff, like, that is still there.
Yeah, he's a stud athletically. Yeah. I mean, fadeaway, 68 yards.
Nuts.
I mean, just absolutely insane. Can he get it all together? I mean, maybe LaFleur's the guy to be able to do that. Fresh start could be great, but no deal is imminent, says Stephen Holder. You know what deal happened, though, AJ?
What was that?
I saw the ticket prices for that thing tonight. I'm going.
Boom.
Okay. Yeah. You guys, all right, we'll be back tomorrow after USA kicks ass. I felt like a good sign-off.
Yeah, it did.
And on that note, I do got to go. We are going. Yeah, that'll happen before the show.
Sweet.
I'll tell you, the show might not have been as smooth today. It's because I've been operating, trying to get this thing to trying to get down there for this entire thing. And feels like something, if we weren't there, we would be pissed, especially with how special allegedly it could be.
Yeah.
From start to finish.
Man. The bats are going to get hot tonight. They are going to get hot. It's awesome you're going to be there.
Bats are cracking down there for the United States of America.
Need you, Judgy.
Game day, baby.
What's happening? Bats are cracking. Boom! Back. And then that thing's going to be gone. And that's going to be a fun little night. Let's go, USA.
Hell yeah.
Let's go, boys.
Go, boys.
Say it's going to be an away game. Well, I know it's going to be really far away from this 22 degrees we fucking got right here.
I mean, this is bullshit.
Mm-hmm. I guess we'll go to Dahn in Miami to watch this. Mm-hmm. I had no idea tickets were like that. Because as soon as I saw the ticket price, I was like, ooh, probably really nice tickets available. If this is what the pricing is. Then we start piecing some things together, and we're like, feels like we got to do that. Is this sports gods telling us, hey? Mm-hmm. Hey. Like, why'd Bruce feel obligated to pop this in front of my face, multiple times?
That's Bruce.
Bruce said, hey, $500 average resale price. When was the last time we saw that?
$470 code Pat McAfee for $30 off.
When was the last time we saw that for any game of importance is what Bruce is basically saying there. Bruce is really, he was, excuse me. You were there for the first day of this Team USA. Don't you think?
This is it?
Excuse me. And it fucking worked.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
All right, we got to cap on some point with the ticket prices. I know it's all about money and the revenue and all that shit, but I feel like for big games, national championships, Super Bowls, all these, that'd
be cool.
Let people in.
You actually the tickets aren't average $2,700 to get in.
Let people in.
Get in. I know it's not a soup kitchen.
Well, down there, they
not charity, but
they forced their way.
Remember, they were just fucking crawling through the vents.
That was
at Hard Rock. They just said let them in.
That was a different stadium, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's Miami, though.
It was Miami.
What's that? Just the whole.
Well, yeah.
Just those.
That's a citywide ordinance. Hey, if there's a bunch of people, just fucking let them in.
They did just let everybody in.
They did.
And then all of a sudden, middle of the game, came in with full on ticket, need seat. Oh, we're fucking 80 minutes into a 90-minute game. Yeah. You've been watching illegally. Go on. You remember that?
Yeah.
It was like 89th minute they were kicking people out of that game.
Was it Argentina?
Sports.
Colombia, Copa America final.
How many can you actually get to find that they don't
They
have
were
tickets to kick
trying.
them out?
They were working all game, dude. They were in the streets.
It was
there.
like, I think it was 80. I think it was like the 89th minute. There was somebody was getting, see your ticket. No.
Fuck out of the way.
Missed it.
Missed it.
Messi fucking.
That was when he hurt his ankle.
Oh,
He was on the bench.
Yeah. And somebody didn't even see it because they were like, I fucking paid. Can't see.
Why is he hurt?
There's an ex-Marine fucking ravaging through our food over there. Jeez Louise. Take it easy, protein. Oorah. Guy doesn't know fucking Haggard.
Thank you for your service.
That happens.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service.
Whoa.
Oh,
Boot up. Need you over there.
He's gone.
Running away.
He's gone. That's good. You don't want to be seen. I believe there was an Ernest sighting in the Thunderdome as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh.
Tell you what, if you see them or you hear them, it's too late, brother.
Well said.
The Marines?
And Bill.
Ooh, out of that.
Happy St. Patty's, everybody. Enjoy it. Tonight should be incredible. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. We're in this thing together, especially Team USA tonight.
Come on, boys.
Come on, boys.
Here we go, boys.
Fucking go, boys.
Let's get these bats a cracking. 9 bats a cracking. That's what we need tonight.
Yep. Big time.
Yeah. Nolan, we need him.
Yeah.
Dealing.
Stacking.
Delivering bullets. Come on, baby.
Come on, baby. Football guy. Oklahoma State quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, Gundy's boys.
Grown man.
They haven't been worth a fucking couple of years. So
That's not true. Just last
Yeah, but this one, he was fucking.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Never mind.
Be a friend, tell a friend something. What we're saying right now.
Yeah.
I know. Gundy got fired, so I don't know why we want to,
Well, that's as it was all coming up. I was like, this.
Yeah. Wait a minute. This guy.
Just say he could have been a D1 quarterback. He could have been a D1 quarterback. All right, it is not working out there. Be a friend, tell a friend something. Gundy, great commitment in sport.
Yeah,
We
you
appreciate
did good,
your
Gundy.
20
contribution
years
to
of it.
sport. Yeah.
Great off the field, too.
You done good.
He was great on this show.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice by changing your life. We're in this thing together. Team on me. Hey, let's go USA.
Oh, yeah.
Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye.